If you can offer your camera as well.
Okay.
From here, good evening from my side. Here is already, of course, we are in majority are in Europe here, so you know the time. So, and our brothers and sisters in other parts of the world, I greet all of you. Thank you very much for this short period of time to say hello to Europeans, mostly Europeans, and address one or two things. It's a kind of, first of all, the first one is an apology to European RED and all the European members. And for you, we received the letter, the content you sent to us, to both CRC and the BAC, the Advisory Council. But due to time constraint, we have been very
Can I just
busy.
continue? I'm coming, eh?
We just came
Let me
back
pick.
some of us came back from Finland just 2 days ago. So, and that letter was sent, I think, the period we were leaving for Finland. So we didn't have time. Up to now, I've not read that letter. I don't know the content. I just saw it. I just clicked it, but I didn't read it because of time. And our general secretary, the same thing. She has not opened it even because she's very busy. We're all busy. And then we got the information that of course, we understand everybody when you are complaining. If you send something and there is not even acknowledgement letter, of course, nobody will be happy. So I apologize on behalf of CRC and on behalf of and so for that delay. We will work on that, of course. We are not, it's not that we are ignoring the letter, not at all. We will do that. It's not the way we operate. It's just a matter of time. Give us time, please. We will address it and we will respond to you. So it's just, it's not an oversight that we did not respond. It's just a matter of time. We didn't have the time. So please forgive us for that, delay. You will still hear from us. The second part of what we would like to, present to you the account issue that has been, discussed over and over and over and over. And the Advisory Council has been working on that. And today we have a good news for Biafrans and for all of you here. First of all, our webmaster is here with us.
Okay, we don't have much time. We are going to try our best to manage the time that we have for this program. And yesterday we planned to do this program. I am here with my brother, Biafr TV. Okay, so we are here again to do the needful. While waiting for other people to join us, please make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video. And I will encourage you also to subscribe to him, his own platform, Biafr TV. Now, I will have some people in the comments, so let me quickly welcome them as we move forward. We have Amadi Chigozie, Ndewo Chigozie, Ogwejofo, Ndewo Mazekai, and Mazeno. So we also have Oyekachi, good day, Mazekai, from here, South Africa. You are doing a great job. I see you. Thank you for that. Henry Okafor. Good morning to you, Mazekai. Good morning to you, Henry. Good evening from the United States of Biafra. I see you. That is from Anio Ugochukwu. I see you. You're welcome. So these are the people that made comments so far. And we are 4 minutes to the program. Please make sure you like the video. It won't cost you anything. So tonight or this afternoon or you have morning your time, we are going to go through this issue that's confusing some people. Like I said, I am here with the Chino. Chino said that there's a message that he has for you. and for us, for everybody, which has to do with bringing and what it means to declare your nation and country that are involved so far. Chinedu said, "Greeting to you, Mazekai. Greetings to you, Chinedu." Let me bring it up. I see you. And we have Easy Way. Easy Way said, "Mazekai, I greet you and Mazechino. You guys are welcome. You guys are awesome." My brother, are you back? Or you are still in the restroom? So please make sure you like the video while we're waiting for him. Now, yesterday was an interesting program. We did the program was very, very okay, despite the distractors who are hell-bent in showing their evil agenda. But today we are not going to entertain that. That is not the fact. So if you are from fallback and you are hanging around, you have only one choice here. Watch and don't comment. If you want to comment logically. Don't don't spam the comment section. If you also want to, if the thing is too heavy on you, then all I need from you is to follow the link by the time we open the link and come up. So that is a part of it. And I'm saying this because I know anytime soon some of them will come and start commenting and all that. And this program Don Pedro's supposed to be here, but he refused to accept the offer given to him, the instruction, which is to come here and show your camera on your camera, turn it on, so that people will not know who is talking. After the program, he started sending me messages saying all manner of nonsensical things, which I'm not here to talk about. I have decided not to because I don't even know that he's the same guy that was saying all manner of nonsensical things before with the name Amechi. So when he said that, I was like, okay, so you are the one. Do you understand? So just a moment, let's wait for Chino to
he will, give you people more information about, your account.
Norma, put yourself on mute.
Okay, so sorry for that interruption. Our webmaster, who is Honorable Azu, is here to talk to us, and who will give you people more information about our new account and how we are going to make use of it. So, our Honorable Azu, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Over to you. The mic is on your table. Thank you very much.
Okay. So I greet all Biafrans in Europe. I hope everyone can hear me okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Well, Dobby, are you recording your meeting? Because I can't see it. Go ahead, Honorable Azu.
No, I'm not recording. Should I record it? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, you should. Yeah.
Please.
Thank you.
This meeting is being recorded.
For the reminder.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. So my just brief message is that, we all know how things have developed since December in Finland, with Ngozi and her group. We took some emergency steps to address the leadership vacuum, and we elected our APN, which, those were the emergency steps we took at that time, and we believe it has been, it served its purpose. And now BAC has resolved that the government needs to transition to more normal operations. And one major feature of normal operations is...
All right, you are back. You're welcome.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome. So the mic is yours. Let's hear from you.
Okay. Biafrans and comment section. From my location, it is evening. Good evening to you all. And good evening to my Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. My evening to my President, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and my Prime Minister, Simon Ebanjoko. Those two are purely Ndindu, not leaders, but have Ndindu. Biafra Tikwore. Right now, our DPM, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, who is doing all the best as a woman, who happen to be a man because of lack of men that has dignity and honor. And today she happened to be the woman and the man in the movement because of how it is. So I thank her so much. And I greet all the Biafrans, both those in the comment section, those that are going to watch us later. I greet you all and I welcome you to this Hello platform where we want to look at things that is happening. If those things that are happening somehow is affecting us also. And also if those things that is happening are happening for a reason and why those things was there for us to follow the suit. Because anybody who send a child to school today, you are not sending that child to create another history. Rather, he is going to depend on the history that had already been made and be schooling from there and understand things and come back to house. That is the same thing that happened in school history, when somebody will tell you if you're in JS1, they will say, take last question paper of last year's paper that who pass out, read their question paper for you to see how you're gonna pass. That is the same measure into what we are around this time around, because the world are still continuously believing in what they believe and also trying to at last give you a narrow escape. So if others have used this narrow escape to achieve their movement, we have to use our own the same that narrow escape to escape also, instead of us to try to create another new history, try to do it in our own way. Since all these years we are doing the same thing without changing. What have we been doing? Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu Nakwotowoto. Today, Biafra is not a country. Mazdan Gokwa refused to Nakwoto, but tried to defend his people, not outright war. Try to use self-defense to build ESM to protect our bushes. It becomes offense. Simon Ebanjoko never sent anybody outside University of Biafra territory. What happened? They tagged them the same thing, and all are what we are suffering today. So now that the world has given us a hard landed, but somehow becomes the most safest way for our leaders and also we to be proud to discuss about Biafra. So nothing stops us from adopting that way. And for them that are the leaders of the world, because no matter how we discuss about this issue, what we are looking for is what is coming from the hands of those oppressors, all of them, which they call them the international global community. And on that international community, that is where they have their law of what will guide us. So we're not going to say no. If their law favors us, we pick those one that favors us and move out. If those that do not favor us, we leave those ones there and we continue our movement, because it is very imperative at the time that we are into. These are things we need to put in the template of achieving Biafra. That is why when you watch our DPM right now and the government of the USB, as the world have adopted all the new charters, all the new protocol as they're observing them, the government also adopted. So when the world are changing, we have to also change so we can be able to be on the safer side of the movement that we are into. Now that we have officially declared Biafra, and the people has done that in the Exile before, we have to follow also the same template of those that was in Exile, declared their country. Those stay in the Exile, get recognition before they can be able to return back home. Even those that are in exile for decades, later on agreement and come back home, because agreement of the UN, come back home to make their declaration. These are the things that we need to look at it right now, because if you want to pass a class, you must also follow those line of those who has passed that class before. If you come to class, you set locker the way they set their locker. If you want to open the locker, you open the way they open. If you want to put a chair to sit, you put the same way. There's no other way. You won't come and say, I'm here. This is the only way I want to put my own seat in my own way. If it does not suit anybody or the class will close because of you. No. When they are doing law, they did not see anybody do the law. The only problem we have is that at this era, Africa refused to live what colonial master taught them. Africa in general, except Burkina Faso and those in the line of that thing. Except these three countries in Africa right now that refuse colonial masters. Every other continent in Africa, out of 56, they are all representing colonial masters. Out of 56, 55 is representing the laws of the colonial master. That is why the coming of recognition of Biafra is going to trigger to break this law, this chain of the colonial master. And they know that it's only Biafra can break that law. That is why they never want us to exist. That is what they want us to, because they know that the freedom of Biafra will free and destroy all this their law that becomes a body, becomes a chain to human being. How could you think of it, my brother Kai, that a law of one people, law that you choose, two or four choose, that law is contradicted, that law is jam issued at every time? That simply means we not plan it well. When the law happens to be color white, it favors them. When it happens to be color white, the law becomes very tight, that you can only find a narrow scale. So why am I making all these references? Because of the level where we are right now. If you check of the benefit of declaration of a new country, the benefit of declaration, they said that the declaration ends all agitation, end the world to be seeing you as a rebel. The declaration ends the world seeing you as a refugee. The declaration ends the world seeing you as a non-state actor. That the declaration make the world to see you a state actor in waiting to go back to where you belong. So our people need to understand this issue of, when you come to the comment section like yesterday, someone was typing, hey, what is Ngozi lobby? What is Ngozi lobby? Mazekai, in the entire country of the world, no country that lobby has given recognition. There is no single country in the world that because of lobby, they got recognition. And what is the work of lobby? The work of lobby is when we never even declared, though. That is when this lobby have value. Now that we have declared, why are we spending $10,000 in a month for a riffraff of 28 years of a boy? We'll be cheaply collecting this money. And the Obatobie, who signed this document, who signed this contract, signed it on just a 1 month. When month ends, the matter closed. Here I am in a country where I'm staying. We pay for house for 1 month. If this month ends, you did not pay, you pack out. This is how Obatobie signed this agreement that Ogenkre carries in. Do you know that they said that the declaration document is more important than lobby? That declaration document has value than lobby. Last thing, now when you declare the country, you no longer need them, that you can use your people. As saying that lobby will take more money from you. Why your people that are legit in the country where they are living can help you to submit. That is why when I put it in this way, that every mission head have a work to do. You're supposed to be the lobby of USB in the country where you are. Because through that way, the money will be saved. They said lobby higher, the citizens of the country lower to submit documents in the country, and they have right to go and submit documents on appointment with the country where they are living in appropriate authority. So whoever that is looking for lobby should know now lobby is wasting time and wasting our money. The money we are giving lobby, if you check $10,000 in Naira, you know how much it is. That money could build a mansion somewhere in Biafra. Is it not true? And we are giving it to one Okengwere, one person who cannot do anything in America, who Nigeria wanted to come and destroy what we are doing and want to see with us. And you are on the comment section. Can you show us Ngozi lobby? No, Ngozi understand that we no longer need lobby. The only thing we need is what? Charge and bell. If we are going to a place that is very hard in Washington, D.C., because my brother Kai, lobby ends in Washington, D.C., in America. Lobby is not crossing Japan. Lobby is not crossing Finland. If your lobby has to cross Finland, you must pay for all its expenses. You pay for the flight. You cater for the food, for the hotel. Is it not too much expenses? Instead of you having a effective government proving that those that in the government are not like you get draft here.
You're making me laugh. You know, you are talking about the lobby. Let me just a moment, my brother Chinoso. You are talking about lobby and how they are paying him $10,000. That one is not my problem. You know where my problem comes is where these people paying when they paid for what they call that in, when they paid the $20,000 for bylaw. that one shocked me past. That one shocked me past. $20,000 for bylaw, and when you ask them, they will tell you that show me your lobby, show me your lobby. And this idea of show me your lobby, you know, that one has gone beyond even their own understanding. The only problem is that the mistake Biafra made is that allowing Ogekere to be in a room where freedom is being discussed, because he was just passerby that noticed that some people gathering and talking about freedom. He stopped, and he just heard some few things, and he want to become a lecturer. He just want, because everything that you are saying here now, you know, this they don't even know anything about it. And to be honest with you, the way you're exposing them with this update, your findings and your research, if this is my own opinion, because I know how they roll, they will be like, what shall we do now to stop this guy from talking? What shall we do now to stop this guy from talking? Because everything you are saying here, my brother, is in line with what the US government are doing. It is in line with what the US government are doing. Many of us don't know that after declaration, the right that you have, many of us don't know. Like, some of us believe that once you after declaring it, you have to then somebody would ask, okay, stop, like to separate the two fights. How many of us know that it's not like that? That's the question. You have declared. And now it's not getting clear. When PM said that don't expect much after declaration. Don't expect much. Even Elias don't know what you are saying, you know. Elias don't know this thing you are saying. He's not aware that, because how can he know when he said you have to protect your land 80% before anything like that? Protecting your land is good, but everybody have their own sickness. Our own sickness may not be, maybe we can only cure our own maybe in 2 weeks time, not because you saw some of the lands, solving their problem or seem to have come to conclusion in their own problem after 30 years. You think you cannot give yourself the same measure. Your own may come in 6 months, 1 year. You understand? America is 1 year. I think 1 year 6 months, right? America spent how long did that take America spend before the recognition? Is it 1 year? What? We can't hear you. Mute your mic.
They spend 1 year and 6 months before they get the first one.
Just for for fair recognition. So everybody have their own time frame. Everyone have their own time frame. So you don't be in a hurry. Just wait and pray. Just do what you're supposed to do. Do what you're supposed to do and leave the rest for God because it's going to come. Continue, my brother.
So I wish our people really understand the importance of declaration and what we stand to gain from the declaration, the benefit of it. That is why, because sometimes I said, well, sometimes I will go deep. I will say, I don't blame anybody. There was a time I was reading like them. There was a time I believed in a military. Oh, yeah, from Woto, I get you but as the time goes, I start seeing things that prove to me it's not this way. That this way we are going still remain the way from 1967 to our declaration. And people did not understand this word. There was a difference between the new declaration of a new country and that word, declaration. Until people start finding out what does it mean? What is the meaning of declaration of a new country? What does it mean? Then when they start, when they start understanding the declare, you know what I mean? That is also when they will start understanding the way we are right now. And also, in this life we are living, I asked somebody on my comment section today, tell me, are you seeing Nekia Tosh? Now, one thing that is constant in life is what? Changing.
Change.
Many people are no longer using iPhone 12 Pro Max. They have dropped into iPhone 17 Pro Max.
Yeah.
When I was in my village, when we were small, so how to learn how to dance the new music. Now the world has moved. Now the world has agreed what they want. When they talk about remedial succession, that they want that remedial succession to remain on that remedial succession, but you could not lay your hand on arm. Rather, you will build your military, put them in order, keep them while they are waiting. Once issue intervene in the territory where they are, they do their job, but listen them on the streets, going, not be we, not be them, now we. All those time, that era has gone. The world make it openly on the document that said 21st century era started from 2001. It's going to end 2100. The first era we finished. Now, in this first era, they give you example. They counted from 20 centuries. They now come back to 21st centuries. Now give you example of countries that have made the declaration. Why do they lose the declaration? Why they not in recognition today? Because of one thing. Now they check in their blood, in their movements of their history to achieve their country. There is many votes against the present country that them as the UN, as the international community, respect their territorial integrity. That is why it's being delayed. That is why people are rejoicing. If you check the video of Somaliland, see the kind of happy they were. You will know what they have passed through. That because of the issue of after their declaration, they went back to knock Somalia and they knock it to enter into 20th century. You see from where they hold them, that they are to enter 20th century, that they try to destroy and territorial integrity, a member of the UN, a member of the Commonwealth, a member of the African organization, a member of the European organization. These are the things they will count for you. After they said that because of that, that is why Somaliland could spend maximum in general 34 good years before they can be able to achieve one international recognition. Only one in this. Now, what are people of Northern Cyprus till today? Their own has been 40 years. What happened? They knocked from Cyprus to when Turkey trying to talk to them, they pass border. They knock them also. As they knock Turkey finish, Turkey take power from Cyprus to be controlling them as I'm talking to you. That is why today they never got recognition. And I asked somebody a question: what will delay us to extent of spending 40 years and the way we are, and what will give us this in the next 5 years? Which one is the best one? The world has told you we have choose legal, we choose diplomatic for you, we choose effective government, we choose capacity to enter inside agreement. And after that one, they now stop. They now tell us, say, okay, for you to understand what we are doing, in this 21st century, we have changed sovereignty, military to become sovereignty. Now, human being and legal become sovereignty. Once you made the criteria of Montevideo Convention, you were sovereignty. Despite being exiled, they also made it openly to understand that even though that the government of your country was in exile and they declared the country inside hotel room, once that declaration stand on the legal side, they are the sovereignty, they are the state actor. But you who under military, you are non-state actor under your movement. So our people should really understand that that changes are remaining constant in everything. Change is not only when you change a new cloth. Change is not only when you buy a new car. Change is not only when you change a business or you change school or you travel to another country. That is not the changes is included in everything that surrenders our life today. So now that we have a government who understand it, and they said Nigeria has been doing one thing from time immemorial. When we are small, and I go solidarity, and then we are without nothing. People today are seeing on solidarity. Is it not true? And nothing has come out from it. Instead of them to change, they refuse. So you who want to be Biafra under Woto, my advice to you is that please use your name, call your family member or some of your friends, start it on your own, on your name, and claim the responsibility of it. Allow the government of USD, because the government they have learned to adopted the new laws and stand on existing protocol. They have learned the new law, stand on the mandate of the template of the world for us to achieve, because recognition comes from those who implement all these laws, not me and you who did not implement any law. So that is why we must obey. As na nwata je boy, right now, we need to abide by all these laws so we're able to go home in time. And they said that once a their declared country or declared country has been abide by all this law, that the world are seeing them as peaceful one that deserve recognition, that's not a non-state actor with violence. This is my simple submission before we move. Thank you so much, Mazakai. We are here.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But what do you have to say to people that claim that Ambazonians are following Woto until now?
Ambazonia is no longer flowing Woto openly to Cameroon. Go and check very well. The only Woto Ambazonia is doing now is that if Cameroon passes their border to take away their indigenous people, their own people, they will defend. That is self-defense. Now proving that they are on their own and they now come. If you remove that one, their Woto now goes to the internal affair. They are sanitizing their place against those who was against Amazonia movement. That is what they are doing. They are not present Woto like what people would think. They are on the track of the same way in Biafra land. Any day, Nigerian military mistakenly enter one state in Biafra land, in Biafra territory, and our Biafra army find out where they are, they will go and counter them. That is self-defense. Because why have they have to do that? Now that Biafra has been 40 states has been registered as our border, and it is in the line, despite lack of recognition, we must first prove all these things, recognize ourselves first before anybody will now come to recognize you. That is where we are for Amazonia and all lacking Woto. Let them bring the video.
We have to recognize ourselves before any other person.
That is it.
Now, 4 bad people says no. That that somebody's other people have to recognize them first before they now recognize themselves. Do you understand? So, are they getting it right in your own opinion? Are they getting it right? Like, They want American to recognize them. They went there bearing brigade. Okay, like one of them, I asked one of them, this getting this handshake that you guys are talking about. What is the name that the man is trying to get there from? Like, you must tell them that you recognize me as what? Is it they recognize us as brigade or as what? The person said as Biafran Republic. Then I asked him, have you declared Biafran Republic? Because what you declared is United States of Biafra.
Yes.
So honestly, ignorance is dealing with many of us. So what we don't know, and we always want to add our voice to that. Anyway, I'm happy and I thank God for your life. Let's move forward.
Yeah, let me chip one thing in. You see all this fallback, IPOB, CRC, and all things that are including in connection to all of them, they are one people. There's no difference between IPOB and what fallback and CRC is. There's no different thing. There are those who believe that they should be underground until Simon Ekpa comes out, and they are not doing anything. That is what they believe. Then, despite that particular aspect of it, I have come to my own draw conclusion on them. I use Finland movement to draw conclusion on all these people.
Okay.
There is no way in many countries in Africa, like with small time, we are going to let people know. This Namibia we have at hand right now, today, I really went down deep everything concerning Namibia and find out things by myself and put it on document. And also, I went back to Algeria to find out all these people have the name they use before the day of their declaration. The name they use on the day of before the declaration, from that day they declare that their independence, make the declaration, they stop using that name. People like Namibia choose their name till today. It becomes a party name. They automatically change all their offices into embassy in the countries where they belong into. What of Algeria? Algeria, the same thing. Okay, ask people today, history of Nelson Mandela fighting for apartheid regime. He used a name, right? To fight apartheid regime, right? Yeah. Is it that name is what he's using? He used to become a president of South Africa. He used that name. Immediately he wants election, become the president. He dropped the name. Winning that election is just like declaring USB. How could you declare? It's like when you have a child and your wife give birth to a child. You said, okay, I won't give this child a name. I will be calling her baby until he reaches 18 years. Then I'll start calling her baby. I'll stop calling and start giving name. Who does that? You will have a name that you use to recognize yourself. That is the name that the world uses to recognize you. Is it because of Oge Nkere answer Oge Nkere and Isaiah Anyo? Is it what is making them to answer, use the name fallback to bridge to go and purchase for US for Biafra Republic? The question is, what did Ojukwu use when he was fighting his own? What did he declare? Did he first wait for the 4 countries in Africa to grant recognition before he said that the name is Republic of Biafra? That is the question. Did Ojukwu waited for recognition first before he can say, I am declaring the name is Republic of Biafra? Or the name
before even declaration, they call them I think Eastern region.
Eastern region, yes. Yes.
But despite that, Ojukwu,
then in the middle of he kick off for
after
the war,
declaring Biafra, he used the name.
Yes.
So that's why we have that Nigerian Biafra Civil War.
That is it. Did they say they have Eastern region? Did they say they have old Eastern region Nigeria war? No. For you who claim bridge, That is the name you will be used. Well, the truth remains that, like I said, people of see what we are passing through today. I think the exact example of us is people of this Finland. Those who went to, all of them gathered in Helsinki to make the declaration, stand up and said, no, it will not going to happen. Even if you do, you're going to believe on it. They step aside from the declaration hall to go and give Russia what is going on. And Russia sponsored them. They stand against Finland, called the name called Finland today. People stand against that name, say, no, we don't want to answer it, you don't want to use it. The same way people stood up and stand against this powerful name today, United States of America. This is the reality that is on ground. So we will not achieve Biafra without having all these people. All these people are making us to stand strong. Know that if we don't take time, our enemy will defeat us. So for you to defeat your enemy, you must have strategies. And the US government have every strategies, including registering everything to the extent that Ogenkere can never touch any of them or reclaim any of them. That is where the matter closes. That is it.
You know, they believe that after declaring Biafra, the reason why they want to fall back is because in their mind, they're in control of Maryland head office. In their mind, they're in control of website. In their mind, they can deceive medias. They can hijack this, take over this, dominate this and dominate that. But they don't bother to know the power that comes with that declaration. Because had it been they understand what it means to declare your freedom, they wouldn't have called for falling back. That word, fall back, simply means they don't even understand anything about it. And these are people that are fighting because the position to them have been taken away from them. Even though they made it clear to us, they want us to know that they're actually fighting for us. They're the one losing, contributing, investing their money. But in the midst of that the whole thing, they failed to understand that they stand for everything. They stand for everything. I don't blame them for not knowing, but I blame them for not allowing themselves to know. Because you must not know everything, right? But are you willing to learn from those that know? Let's assume that if you were to work, like that's not that you can do and everything that will give you freedom. The moment you say fall back, that thing will not even work if I thought you are planning to use because when you say fall back, you have to slow the speed. You have to slow it down for you to fit into from where you are coming from, because you are coming from the back. And when you want to go back and remain back, you have moved forward. For you to fall back, it will take some time for you to fix back to that measure. And you have already requested for advancement for the another growth, which is USB, and you have given that child after 1 year. Now, instead of you to maintain it, you say you are falling back. And the same falling back is the same falling back that many of them claim they love, they support. They are not calling it the same freedom. I mean, not falling back. They say they want that they support of it, they sign everything. They are not calling it USB charger. So if you can come out publicly and claim that Biafra declared his USB charger, USB Nigeria, you are making mockery of that new nation. You are making mockery of what you have done. And that thing that's supposed to give you the freedom, you are making mockery of it. So how can people see you making mockery of those things and still give you recognition? Because if you actually value, if truly you value your freedom, you value that declaration, you should protect it and you should cherish it. Because the way you want other people to respect you with this new name, you have to show them the example. You have to show them this is how we can do it. But if you keep on asking people to fall back, I don't know if you watch a video of Sana Barawa where he said that Ogenkere have done so many things. In fact, he have more load than PM. That Biafrans are giving him load from left and right, giving him load, and all this midst of this load and everything, that Ogen can still keep pushing. He still keep pushing. Every good thing that is trending now, both when Nigerian is being designated, when Nigerian is, American, carry their airstrike and everything, they want their followers to clap for Ogen for that. And the funny part of it is that some people are actually believing that. Some people are actually believing that. So, what do you have to say to those who don't understand, people that don't understand the meaning of declaration? Because I think some of us are still lagging behind, like what it means. Just like when PM said, when PM formed government in exile, I am one of the people who don't know what government in exile means. Do you understand? Like,
Yeah.
First time I heard it, I was like, that this is it not an insult that you are in exile?
The
Because
same thing
don't
I
know.
believe then. The same thing. I also believe that.
You.
Yes, now.
So I was like, these are how can we be on exile? You understand? Because we don't know. Some of us, the difference between us and you that are still clapping to fall back and wishing to maintain Ogenkere the way he is now, is because you refuse to accept that you don't know. Why don't you accept it? And that's why, because you want to show your pride, your ego. As you are doing that, you keep on asking some question that is not relevant. Like somebody saying, "Oh, you say you declare your Biafra, but why are you still in exile?" That kind of question. Madness. Please, let's move forward. Forget about this before.
Yeah, we will not move forward with. We are going to touchlight these issues a little bit. The importance of declaration or the benefit of it. I am going to play something about the question of my research. What are the important benefits of real declaration of a country and using the name, the original name that was declared? What are the importance of it? Let us listen to this and we'll do justice to it. Yeah, let us listen to it.
When a government in exile chooses to redeclare independence and specifically use the original name of the country, they are performing a high-stakes legal and psychological maneuver. This isn't just about nostalgia, it is about legitimacy continuity. Here are the critical benefits of this strategy. 1. The legal doctrine of state continuity. The most powerful benefit is maintaining the legal life of the state. In international law, a state is different from a government. Asset protection. By using the original name, e.g., the Republic of Name, the government in exile can claim ownership of national assets located abroad, such as gold reserves, embassy buildings, and bank accounts. If they started a new country with a new name, those assets would remain frozen or belong to the occupying regime. Treaty survival. Most treaties are signed by the state of country name. By redeclaring under the original name, the exile government asserts that it is the rightful party to existing international agreements, trade deals, and memberships, like the UN or WHO. 2. Preventing terra nullius and illegal annexation. If a country is occupied, the invader often tries to rename the territory or absorb it. The name is a shield. Redeclaring the original name signals to the world that the territory is not vacant or legally part of the invading country. It keeps the sovereignty alive in a legal vacuum. Example. During World War II, countries like Poland and Norway maintained their names in exile to ensure that the new order established by the Nazis was seen as a temporary, illegal interruption rather than a permanent change. 3. Psychological and symbolic mobilization. The name of a country carries immense brand equity and emotional weight. The home signal. For citizens living under occupation, hearing their original country's name used by an exile government provides a sense of hope and defiance. It confirms that the nation hasn't disappeared from the map. Historical legitimacy. Using the original name connects the exile government to the country's entire history, heroes, and founding documents. A new name would require building a national identity from scratch, which is much harder during a crisis. 4. Diplomatic de jure recognition. When other nations recognize a government in exile using its original name, they are granting de jure, legal, recognition, voiding the occupier's acts. This means that any laws, contracts, or resource sales made by the occupying force in the home country are viewed as illegal by the international community. Direct comparison. Action. Using a new name, using the original name UN status, must apply as a brand new member, can claim the existing seat. Passports. Must convince others to accept new IDs. Can often issue official national passports. Debt. May be free of old debt but has no credit. Inherits national credit and debt. Summary of benefits. Financial. Access to frozen national funds and properties. Diplomatic. Retaining seats in international organizations. Legal. Asserting that the occupation is a temporary crime rather than a new reality. Social. Keeping the population united under a single recognized identity. Crucial tip. For a redeclaration to be effective, the government in exile should issue a note verbale to all foreign embassies immediately after the declaration, explicitly stating that they are the successor and continuation of the original state.
I hope you listen, Mazakai. Do you follow the write-up? You mute yourself.
Sorry. I listened to everything that he said here. Everything that he said here.
Our people did, in fact, because of one, when you don't know, do not claim you know. That's the problem of and the organ their group.
That's what I said.
The same problem with your Obato Obi the term today. With the IPOB organization. There's the same problem. IPOB. You don't know anything about government in exile. You don't know how to form it. You don't know how to go. Now, when you see somebody who knows, instead of you to bend down and learn, you start casgetting. Because let me cheap one thing before I go into this document. That woman, I don't know what he's saying and what she's feeling. Because of they don't know anything about declaring a new country. If that woman has a sense, that woman could have shot Obato Obi on leg by how? She could have did what a woman of a Brazilian lady did. When the husband stepped away to go to UK to discuss about Brazil, her mind was telling her, my husband will be arrested though. And if they arrested him now without this declaration, because he has taught me, I have followed his teachings, I understand that without this declaration, if they grab him, they will judge him as a common criminal. What happened? That is why a woman declared Brazil. The man is on the flight going to Great Britain to discuss that he want to declare, he want to need their support and this. The woman was at home, used his executive to declare Brazil as a country. When Great Britain tried to hold him, the next thing is that you are holding a president of a new country. Brazil was declared 1822, so date. They allowed the man to go in the name that he's the president of a new country. That is how a woman. Imagine you and your wife be in the house and you just step outside from the house. Your wife thinking, now this case, my husband is going. This laptop he kept here might bring a problem. Okay, let me just remove this laptop from here at all. When police now come, police did not find laptop in your house. Are they go? Is there any evidence that there's laptop in that house? There is nothing like that. So that is how a woman stood up on her husband's shoe and declare it. And you are there claiming you are in Britain. You read school of tautology. You speak grammatical. You speak that is all of you can do without knowing the criteria. If that woman understands what the husband is fighting for, really, and the following record or histories, she could have been the first person. Because Obato Obi is it not 3 years before he got to where for 4 years maximum? They did nothing because they never know. When Mazen and the Kanu see a man who knows God, he said, you must follow him. He has come to bring a new dimension.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why after the kidnapping of Mazen and the Kanu in 2021, until this, the US could not present anything that they have achieved.
Yeah,
because they don't know what to do. They don't know what they do, and instead of them to even accept they don't know, they started putting their hands in something that is even that will put them, to where they belong now by disgracing them, everything they have worked for after the kingdom of Master Nnamdi is a kind of is contradicting the thing they're supposed to have the thing they're supposed to have done. Like when PM said, let us not let us keep the momentum like sit at home, which is civil disobedient. They kicked against it. They kicked against then the so-called Woto. They started using it to settle land dispute. You understand? People don't know that. Like so one of our brother said that in Lilu, in Anambra State, that is some said is a Umoma, some said is this one. But at the end of the day, it's because of this lack of knowledge. You don't know what you're supposed to know. That is what lead to that this kind of different faction, different group, different everybody saying different things at a time. But if you know, or you accept that you don't know, but you are willing to know, my brother, you'll be doing the right thing now. Because that is it's only when you want to know that you will actually know. But when you don't want to know, you claim that you are right. There's no way you know anything. Just like the guy that called yesterday. You understand? He don't know, but he claimed to know everything. And look at when he asks a question, you understand that look, even what I just said just now, the answer of your question is there. He just wants you to say it separate. So the kind of thing, it makes me angry, to be honest. It makes me angry. The benefit of declaration is something that people need to pay attention to, so that you understand so that you know your stand and know what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. Thank you, Chino. Let's continue. When people
okay. Yes, what I want to play. Remember, I just played the importance of the declaration and the using the original name. Now, let me just a little touch it again. When a government in exile choose to declare independence for a new country, and especially using the original name of the country, they are performing a higher stake legal movement. A maneuver, a legal state maneuver. And our people do not understand that anything about this declaration is that the world will see it as the legal one. People do not never sit down to their call on that particular aspect of it. Now, the most powerful benefit is maintaining the legal life of the state. In international law, a state is different from government. A state, because government is a group of people who can come at a time. All of them can go, but state remain where he is, like a barrack where soldiers go and soldiers come, soldiers go, barrack remain. Now, on this important of areas, they are now telling you that using that republic name, like Republic of United States of Biafra, also now honor remind the world about what happened before. Now, when you talk about United States of Biafra in the documents of proving to the world inside the congressmen, what will come into their mind? It will obviously draw the attention to what 1967 to 1970 Biafra genocided war, because of that word, Republic of United States of Biafra. Instead of using bridge, they will start thinking, what is bridge? That is why I told you, Mazakai, that when Ogenkere first time hired that he want to go and see lobby men, congressmen, with with Elias. He used to deceive his followers. When he went, he told us openly that the congressmen, they are busy watching us in television. Their people, that word could not sink any single thing inside their brain. Why did the congressmen, you are Ogenkere, have an appointment? They choose a date. Why is that day, the day of the day comes, and what they will do, they now become automatically busy and be watching people in television because of their busy. Is it those men that are busy are watching you in television? What you don't know there, the reason that place is this. The congressman has typed in archive where he presents Bridge and it presents December 2nd. The congressman now type, if there is any way he mentioned USB instead of Biafra, he draws the attention. When they type in archive, what you will see United States of Biafra declared November 29, 2024 by Dr. Ngozi Arabeze. Joy again in the what is that your name again? What did you say you are here for? When God that he cannot find an answer and they don't want to damage their image, they are not Nigerian politicians who can do undo. The congressmen will silently walk away from Ogenkere because they have found out the truth. The same way right now, the Modern Global has found out that Elias will destroy their image. That is not telling them the truth. And he brings a liar, a criminal to them. They decide not to sack him for them to redeem their image because Modern Global has no right to issue US government except that Ogenkere and Elias encourage them to do that on their name. So when they see all these lies that have been told by Ogenkere and Elias, they decide to ambush two of them because one, they sacked Elias was the agent, then Ogenkere then disappeared on his own. So our people need to understand where we are at this moment. Survival is what? Using the name of the new country, the real name of it. That is what we're using today. And every country use Republic of so and so, Republic of this. Are you going to use Republic of Bridge fallback? Is what they're going to use. The congressmen are not stupid like you. A white man believes in research, but you, as an African man, believe this is how I want it. I say it like this. I talk it like this. Let's do it like this. The world are not listening to that. They want evidence, fact, and figure is what the world are looking for. That is the truth of the matter. Mazika, you can. Okay, I think we can still go on, right?
Yes, we can go on. We can go on.
Yeah.
Because the benefits have been cleared.
Yeah. So now, what I want to give out again is the importance of this declaration.
Sorry. As something I said, congressmen should arrest. Oh, but not that too much. When I go dosa.
So our people, in fact, when we said our people, is few of them and all these IPOB member. Anybody who believe in the real declaration of the unity of Biafra, they understand where we are. That is why none of them is panicking. They are there to do the right thing because
I'm telling you.
We are only doing this for those that are still gullible in their mind, who refuse to follow the truth. Because the only thing I tell them that remember, Hadaino comes at last. And the truth remains that we will not move ahead after this thing I'm playing out. We go and touch history of Finland is small. So because that is, before you enter here today, you want to ask us any question or you have anything to say, we will play. So at the back of your mind, if you're against declaration, so okay, so you will know the class where you belong. Now, we are not going to use the amount to tell you where you belong. We are going to prove it to what happened to Finland. And when we analyze our movements right now, then you will see what's happened. Let me play this, the importance of this declaration we made. Then before we move.
Redeclaring a country while in exile is a specific diplomatic strategy often called sovereignty maintenance. While the first declaration creates a state.
Do you get that word? Sovereignty what? Maintenance. Because when they want to dish that good data word, they will put that one in brackets, all of them in capital letter, for your eyes to carry that word very well. Redeclaration a country while in exile is a specific diplomatic strategy, often called sovereignty maintenance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So our people, in fact,
A redeclaration, often issued when a government is forced to flee or when an occupation has lasted a long time, serves as a formal legal reset. Here are the critical reasons why this act is so important for an exiled leadership. 1. Asserting state continuity. In international law, a government can fail, but a state is supposed to be permanent. By redeclaring, the exiled government signals that the state has not died just because its land is occupied. Preventing extinction. If the country remains silent.
Remark the word, though. You declare a country in exile. Remark the word. The government is that the state has not died just because of land occupied, because of the Nigeria land occupied. Does it mean that God Biafra Nwola? Our people, these areas are why I'm posting it is that those areas that need to be connected the dots in their mind for you to know what you are doing. That is why I will post it and repeat that place back.
For decades under occupation without reasserting its independence, other nations may eventually recognize the occupier's claim as a fait accompli, a settled fact.
If a country remains silent for a decade under occupier without declaration of independence, other nations may eventually recognize the occupier claiming as far as a country under your watch. Do you get that word very well, Mazakai?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you refuse to declare it back, like what we did, when they say that Biafra is dead, it remains true. But our declaration also proving that it's not true, that Biafra is alive, that it's not dead. That is why the declaration is very important. And you, who is supporting somebody that opened his or her mouth to say, we don't want to declare Biafra, we should go to Finland, dance and go and wait for Simon Epa. That means you see on that level of those people who believe that Biafra is dead. That's nothing like Biafra again. Because the only one to give us the mind to talk about Biafra is our declaration. If this declaration did not come, could Ogenkere go to congressmen and be snapping picture? Now that he's claiming to them that Biafra was declared December 2nd.
He will go because you don't know. He will go. You don't mind? Thank you so much, Oluchiwa God. God bless you. Oluchiwa God said that he's supporting us now to get for congressmen to get to the ground.
So let us continue. Yeah.
This illegal status. It ensures the country remains a legal person in the eyes of the UN and international courts, allowing it to sue for the return of its territory later.
This is what our DPM is arguing right now on the UN. Legal status. It ensures that the country remains a legal person in the eyes of the UN and international court, allowed to sue for return of its territory later. Our DPM is argued that we did not declare a new Biafra, that we redeclared the existing country that was silent for over all these years by
that is why they call it redeclaration. Redeclaration.
Yeah.
Because it's not declared, it's not just declared. You are trying to emphasize on what declared before.
Because from the documents I put, they said that they asked her a question. The United States of Biafra you are talking, is there a new one? She said on that, no, that we redeclared the silent Republic of Biafra of 1967-1970, that we only rebrand to make it to suit the 21st century, that where the name is United States of Biafra Republic. That what's happened. This is where the argument it is right now. I play on my plug where they said that the Biafra discussion is on the rapid movement in every international global community right now. That the pressure is much, and it is on the rapid movement. You know, when a white man opens out and says in document that this thing is rapid, then could you imagine such thing? And then you will understand the level that the thing has triggered into and how it's being pushed.
But after if the fallback people listen to what you just said now, they will think that Joe Gregor is making it happen. He's the one having handshake. What do you have to say before you go for what do you have to say about it?
They should. That's why I tell one of them, please, what you have to do is just type on your phone first. That is where you know everything. Type on your phone who made real declaration of United States of Biafra, USB. How is that be Exile? And on which date coming? That was solved the problem. Let person just type on his Google right now. Who made the declaration of the United States of Biafra? Just type it.
They will tell you that is not true. People that doubt Google, they doubt USB, they doubt media. I'm not trying to crack joke. I'm just being real. Get up my argument. You understand how they reason. You understand the way they think. Even if you present it before them, say one day, if I if you I think happy if I like or I can't drug it. Who mention Ngosi's lobby who is going to Washington?
The English is very simple and everybody will understand it very well. Let me free this place. Then let us look issue of lobby.
All right.
What do you know about lobby?
2. Invalidating the occupier's laws. A redeclaration acts as a legal veto against everything the current occupying regime is doing. Illegal contracts. It warns international corporations that any contracts they sign with the current illegal regime, such as for mining, oil, or land, will be considered null and void once the exile government returns.
Do you hear it here? That's what EPM said on her message of New Year, that if you are having any business with Nigeria government or all these individuals, that you are wasting your money and your business. That look at it, they said when the government is Exile return, that everything will be non-valued. All of them always came with this. Do they hear that word return? For those who claim you have a government in exile, you declare country, they are telling you about the return of the government in exile. That they know that a time will come when this government that was in exile return back home. And you are there talking about another different thing. I'm sorry for all of you.
Nullifying treaties. It prevents the occupier from signing treaties on behalf of the nation that would bind future generations. 3. Protection of sovereign wealth. One of the most practical benefits of redeclaring under the original name is the control of money. Freezing assets. It gives foreign banks, like the Federal Reserve or the Bank of England, a legal reason to freeze the country's gold and currency reserves so the occupier cannot spend them. Direct funding. Recognized governments in exile can often draw from these frozen funds to pay for their own operations, embassies, and relief efforts for their refugees. 4. Maintaining de jure, legal, versus de facto, physical power. International relations distinguish between who actually holds the land and who legally owns it. The seat at the table. A redeclaration helps the exile government keep its seat in international bodies, like the Olympic Committee, specialized UN agencies, or regional unions. Consular services. It allows the exile government to continue issuing passports and birth certificates that other countries will recognize, ensuring their citizens abroad aren't rendered stateless.
Are you hearing it? The government issuing, exile government issuing passports, measure that people are not stateless wherever they are in the country. I hope you that we come to ask questions or write something in the comment section. What we are saying, the right of a government in exile issue ID card, passport, and all before they will return. Listen, this law and these things are what people has been done in the past. The Biafra you are looking for, now that we are declared, our way must tally with the existing laws and the protocol that must be observed in your family. In family, or they are possible. That is where we are. We will flow the criteria of all these men that have achieved their own. That is why they keep it here as an evidence for you to follow up.
5. Correcting a failed first declaration. Sometimes a re-declaration is used to update the country's values. Modernization. If the original declaration was written under an old monarchy or a different system, a re-declaration allows the exiled government to adopt a new democratic constitution. Strategic rebranding. It allows the government to align itself with modern international norms, like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, making it much easier for Western democracies to offer their support. Summary table. Why redeclare? Goal. Without redeclaration. With redeclaration, national assets may be seized by the occupier, can be frozen or held in trust for the exiled governor. Citizenship. People become stateless or forced into new IDs. The exiled gov can issue valid national passports. Occupiers deals. Seen as legal business. Flagged as illegal and theft of national resources. Diplomacy. The world forgets the cause over time. Constantly forces the question of sovereignty back to the UN. Would you like me to help you structure a Notice of State Continuity, the technical document used to inform foreign ministries that your government is still the legal authority?
If I want, you see the way, so you want next one now, because you know when you are researching, they are keeping things that they think need to ask them to give you out. If you touch here now, I want the legal aspect of USB, and when I touch it on my own, all the legal things they are telling us here is what the government has put in order.
But some people claim that as government in exile, how can you be giving ID card when you are not protecting your border? How can you be talking about passports when you are not in your country? Like this guy, this Okoko that normally you have nonsense, said that you said you are not a sovereign nation, but you're on exile. This argument is on. That's why I said that if you don't know, why don't you ask? Because the moment you begin to ask this kind of question, maybe you ask this kind of question to someone who may not have access to those that's capable enough to answer that, they will tend to believe what you are saying, what they are saying. You understand? And it is not clear that even the ID card, everything is normal. This is part of it. This is what you must do. Then the countries will not see you as okay. You are not capable of governing yourself. That this is what you are doing. This is what following the normal protocol. There's something that Asante has said here, which I want you to pay attention to before you move on. If it's possible, he said, Chino, read that document in archive where they mentioned Dr. Abeze as the one who they know as cannot remember how they said it. So she's
yes,
I don't know if you understand what she's saying.
Yes, I'm looking for the document because the document that is here is the document that is here.
Okay, if it's gonna distract you, don't worry. Maybe in the next one you bring. But let's just focus on what we are here. We're here.
So as I said now, I'm going to still read that particular of God. So that is very important in what we are doing today.
Did you send it to her?
Yes, I sent her that document. So I think at the time I sent it to her. Yes. Let us go. I will come back. When I will read it is after reading all the countries that has been from exile according to our headline, because what we are doing all these times, we are laying things down for people to know that the government is on the right track. Now the world has told us that the government in exile has 100% right to issue ID card, a passport. Now, on that issue of ID card, we will say, where can you use that? There is what the international law called humanitarian movement. That no matter that the country is lack of recognition, that they will not stop humanitarian movement. They now give you an example. Even this Somaliland was in that example.
Wait. Did you mention humanitarian movement?
Yes, humanitarian movement.
What do they say about humanitarian?
In the humanitarian movement, they told you that in that humanitarian movement, that is where the government in exile has power to issue passports. That the countries that accepted your passport does not mean that they have recognized you, because of the world has no power to stop humanitarian movement. That is when our DPM said that very soon that we are going to use Biafra passport to travel. Simply means on the international law of the humanitarian movement can never be stopped. That is why the world will accept your passport. They now told us that over 140 countries accepted passport of Somaliland, Taiwan, Kosovo. There's other countries again. They mentioned that today there are not a really, even not Cyprus. Yes, 4 of them. That based on the humanitarian movement, that their passport is being moving, that their people are traveling based on countries that want to accept them on that to maintain that level of the humanitarian movement.
Because sometimes I ask, how is it possible that Somalian land can maintain their passport, their passport, and it doesn't mean that some countries accept that passports, even though they are not organized.
Yes, because of international humanitarian movement.
Now you see the reason why USB government always made it clear that fundraising is humanitarian fundraising, which some people said, how can you be saying for humanitarian that humanitarian is only when you send the money to Jigawa, that the money is going to Jigawa? And show me how many humanitarian you are doing in your homeland. They don't understand, because to them they're only to understand of humanitarian. Like me, I'm learning. Do you understand?
Yes, they also talk about money for the humanitarian. They said when a country is being declared and lack international recognition, now the only way they can borrow money in is it MF something or IMF something.
IMF.
Yes, IMF. Now the only time they will borrow money.
International Monetary Fund. The only way to borrow money should be through humanitarian.
That everything after your declaration, like recognition, now everything about you to borrow money, your movement of your fundraising should tag on international law, humanitarian fundraising. That thing is not just there. A law back it up. That is why I do that. Our DPM is everything into law. Do you know when he registered it in Department of Justice of America? They are the one monitoring our fundraising. They are not monitoring all the money sending out. So that is why when you talk about fraud, like talking about Toby, it's no longer there. So people do not understand the game and how this works.
What did you say?
I said you see our fundraising. Department of Justice of America and monitor. Okay. That is why she registered there under humanitarian movement. So hammer, what is going on? And there is only way you can.
But wait, who advised you as all these things?
That's the woman who a very legal power. There is something I searched, I sent to her. She told me I have already gotten it, but thank you so much.
This program, this our very program now, is one of the best, because it touches all the critics, like my origin is in the house. I see you. You see Ugo in one of Ugo video. He was saying that the money is going to Jigawa, not Jigawa people. Why is it that say somebody calls you as an answer? These humanitarians, where are you? What are you doing with it? And she told the guy, because she's a human being, of course, that we are using it to why you said that save that part? She saved that part, to
make money of herself.
To make money of herself. It's in her mind that she's going to, I don't know if you watched the part where she said that. You say you are going to sue me to court. On that, when I got one, if I go with it, I will bring this, I will bring that. Okay. With this thing now, then she will be like, who brought me here?
If you can give Madam Origin to say something, let me check for document I want to present out, please.
All right. You can share it. You can share it here. Then I will bring it up and bring it forward. If there's need. If there's not need, then because maybe
let me
that
once
maybe,
I got it, I will send you. I will send it to you. Let me got it.
no, you don't. You can add it. Okay, you're using phone. You're using phone. Okay, no,
Yeah,
no
this
problem.
one, yes. Madam
Nah.
Orange, you open on the house. You can give her mic. Maybe if she's on the side of the building, so say something.
No, she's not. She's not. She have access, but
Okay.
she's not yet in. She's
So
not yet
just
in.
keep
So
the house warming. Let me bring something else.
okay, no problem. Divine Precious, I see you. You are just joining us. If you can late, I can go let you. Where Stanley, I greet you. Where Stanley, you are welcome. So you guys are my people. You have seen it. You have seen it now. I watched that will go video. I watched that video. I was kind of what is going on here? You see, when people from the north, when they make some video appreciating COS, I believe there's a reason for that. I believe. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. Let me not go there. But any if you don't know, please ask. When they say follow who no road, you get why. Follow who no road. Oblo guy man, odogwa guy man. Ada what ya na ya. I got feel maybe feel Togo. I am surprised. Why? Because most of those things that people see, look at it and say, this is it to you, it may appear awkward. But the truth of the matter is that it is not just what you are seeing, but the content of those things. There's many things you can't even explain. It may look ordinary to you, it may even look as a joke. But when you are being told, or when they detail it to you, or explain it to you, to a layman understanding, you will see more reasons. But some of us are the one punishing ourselves because you have the opportunity just to do what you're supposed to do. You don't. Some of us don't have even the brain that even when they taught you what is all about, those things, what the meaning of all those things, you may not understand it because it's beyond your capacity. But you still want to lecture others when you don't know anything about it. That's why, to me, I always tell you my level that this is what I know. If you want more, go to government. Go and ask government. If you need more, go to government. And the government is too matured. Sorry to say that they don't even have time for, in the word of COS, mediocres. They don't have time for that. There's some questions if you ask anyhow, they will reply anyhow because they understand that some of these things is not even meant for you to know. But if you want to know, then you have to come with clear mind and clear conscience. You think that some of these questions that they like, that's the reason why somebody like Pedro is hiding under coming to us, because once you go to the government to ask that kind of question, you may not see the light of the day. They will kick you out sharply, not because they are not capable to explain this to you, but the way you ask that question, they will understand that this one is just asking for asking sake. Imagine now that when you hear humanitarian fundraising, imagine now that thing means a lot.
Very big a lot.
No longer, it to you is English word, but do you know the content of that word humanitarian? It is part of what you are saying. Then you ask yourself, upon all the Biafrans, look, somebody like Benchux, look, Madame Origini, Happy Men, people that are actually up there, Madame Ojugo, Mr. Henry. I'm just calling names that I know, that I'm familiar with, that are matured, educated, exposed. They don't disturb themselves. Oh, why do you put humanitarian? But upon all everybody, the only person that is questioning that is why he's such a woman that cannot even, don't even know her left or right. journalist. He said, good evening, Kai. Don Pedro is here, and I have been waiting for you to send the link. Which link? Are you going to come with your video? That's why the link is available.
Video, let him answer with the video, then we're ready for him.
If you can come with your video, we're going to find the man and get it primary one. But I believe, you know, this program, you know, I'm happy you are here. You said in your voice message that you are here making me to make money. I laughed, but I love the part where you say that you have a platform. Please, can you share your platform to us so that we can see? I know you are not making money there, right? I want you to make the money I'm making. Since I am making money, right? By you look,
yeah, Mazi, Kai, let me I want to touch light on before we go to the other things. This issue of sovereignty, you know, I never played on this platform. Listen to this.
No. Continue with what I forget about. I hope just follow it in order the way you want to do it. I'm not here to entertain Don Pedro. Don Pedro is done and dusted.
No, I'm not entertaining Don Pedro. For him, like I said, I don't have his time unless he will put his video. He does have. No, this is also part of what I want to do. I just want to play it and not doing any analysis on it at all. Then we'll now go to the countries. Right on. Yeah. Network allow you to go.
In the 21st century, international law has firmly established that military force is not the definition of sovereignty. In fact, the cases of the South African Bantustans and Northern Cyprus are the primary legal precedents used to prove that effective control, militarily holding land, does not automatically equal legal sovereignty. Here is how the law views these entities versus governments in exile, GIE, without a military. 1. Why military control failed as a definition. In the 20th and 21st centuries, the international community adopted the doctrine of non-recognition. This means if a state is created through a violation of peremptory norms, the most basic international laws, it simply does not legally exist, no matter how many soldiers it has. Bantustans, South Africa, they had territory, governments, and police/military forces. However, they were denied sovereignty because they were created to further apartheid, which violated the principle of self-determination. International law viewed them as puppets of the South African regime. Northern Cyprus, TRNC, it has a functioning government and military protection. However, the UN Security Council Resolution 541 declared its independence legally invalid because it resulted from the illegal use of force, the 1974 invasion. Under the Stimson Doctrine, sovereignty cannot be born from an illegal act. 2. Sovereignty without a military. The government in exile, GIE. A government in exile is a unique entity that possesses legal sovereignty, but zero military control. In international law, sovereignty is persistent. It belongs to the state as a legal person, not to the military. How a GIE functions without a military. Recognition as legitimacy. If the international community recognizes a GIE, like the Polish government in London during World War II or the Kuwaiti government during the 1990 invasion, that group is the only one authorized to sign treaties, spend the country's foreign currency reserves, and appoint ambassadors. The host state protection. A GIE exists on the territory of a host state. While the GIE has no military, it is protected by the host's military and laws. Sovereign immunity. Even without a single soldier, the leaders of a recognized GIE enjoy full diplomatic immunity. They are treated as heads of state, not as private citizens. 3. Comparison of entities in the 21st century. Entity type. Military control, international recognition, sovereignty status, unrecognized state, e.g., Somaliland. Yes, no, de facto, in fact, only, no legal rights globally, government in exile, e.g., Belarus opposition, NUG Myanmar. No, partial/varies. De jure, by law, claim. Legal rights depend on recognition. Microstates, e.g., Andorra, Liechtenstein. No, yes. Full sovereignty, protected by law and treaties. Puppet state, e.g., historic Bantustans. Yes, no, illegal, not recognized as a state under law. 4. Summary. The modern rule. In 2026, the definition of sovereignty is legal legitimacy, not military power. 1. If you have a military but no recognition, you are a de facto authority, but legally a non-state actor. 2. If you are a GIE with recognition but no military, you are a sovereign without a home, holding the legal keys to the country until you can return. Would you like me to look into a specific current government in exile, such as the National Unity Government of Myanmar, to see how they exercise sovereignty without controlling the capital?
Thank you. I hope it sounds very clear, right?
Yeah.
It has, because there is no changes and we cannot run away from it. You have had it here, how they use their hand to define sovereignty for you this time around. If I give you what they define as territory in this 21st century or 2026, if not those who are arguing or all those was in our time. So it is obviously that the world has moved away from military control as a sovereignty. Rather, he had it here clearly. Government in exile without one single military. They are legal and they are the one that they see as sovereignty. There is no too much argument about that because the world are watching everything and they are finding a better way to save life because they find out that through this military issue that many lives are being damaged. And there is no way to repair those lives back. That is why they continue to adopt any new law as the days are going by. For those who think that sovereignty is military is sovereignty, is no longer in this 21st century. They said, we have moved away from that. They use the word, we have moved away from somebody claiming that sovereignty is military. Military is sovereignty. That era has gone. That era ended in the era of the colonial master. From 20th century to 21st century, as saying it does no longer needed. No more Guinea. Now, Woto is not a way to identify sovereignty. Not how you may identify this time around. Then they also give an example. Countries that without military, without Woto, they got recognition. They give you in the beginning, Northern Cyprus and another one, those that are with because of Woto, the world refused to recognize them till today. And they said they are not sovereignty. And they are not, look at the world that they are not they are Nahabro state actor. That Nahab non-state actor. But in one of exile, now exile, I was not going about the state actor. Look at how the thing is changing. That's why I said, we shall learn how to dance it. Anybody who is going to type on his phone, what is the new law of having a new country, whether in exile or we are declared or already declared? Just type it on your phone. The Google will give you a little bit, but it's not giving you the main thing because when you anywhere you have good one, there is a bad one also surrenders it. Mazika, the example, the last time you were searching for something, you know how it take you before you get exactly what you are looking for. That is how it is. Once you put it there, they will give you the one that will even discourage you to go deep. But when you continuously searching, thinking, and writing, you will
it's not about putting the right word. Like
yes,
if you can get the direct word that will lead you to what you want, you will have it.
That's why.
I still have that link anywhere. Continue.
Yes, like I told you, throughout today, I don't think I said I will sleep for 1 hour because there is things that are bothering me. I need to. If you ask like this, they go this way until you get to the exact that's word.
Yeah.
The thing we just do for you ask yourself, is it this thing I'm searching for over 2 days? I could not be able to see it. Because that is why when I know that honestly, anything good takes time to build, and anything good takes time to find where it is. Honestly, I use all these things to find out exactly what things that I've been missing that I don't know. Now, we are going to the issue of countries that make declaration in exile, and those they got recognition before they were returned back to their territory. And those who was in exile because of the arrangement of between UN and the present country they are fighting for. They have an agreement. Okay, come back. Let us talk. After our discussion with the UN, you can do what you want to do. But the main issue is do they have government in exile? The answer is yes. We're also going to know today how many years that Namibia stay in exile. That is the program we are diving into right now. Let us touchlight what? Let us touchlight the issue of Namibia, and also to find out that, do you know that Namibia open school in abroad for their people? Do you know that Namibia open hospital for their people in abroad, in exile, for them to go to hospital? Do you know that they are there, build doctors that treat their people freely, and the government of Namibia in exile is taking care of them? Despite that, all the action of Namibia, they did not form two things. They did not allow to have president. They did not come to the level of having prime minister. They make it on a normal level. You are director, direct us to now until when we finally make our declaration officially. So let us listen to the Namibia part of Namibia history again, and to the extent of their declaration and the why and what's happened. It happens the way it happens. Let us listen to that.
While Namibia did not have a government in exile in the strictly formal sense, such as a cabinet with a shadow prime minister, the Southwest Africa People's Organization, SWAPO, functioned as a de facto government in exile for nearly 3 decades.
Hold it from here. Do you see what I said? Now, how form her prime minister, and how form her, that's the thing, but they have the way they did their own. And what you had, they said.
That is why I said that the pattern of everybody is not the same. So
yes.
Sometimes country may choose, some of these countries choose what others have not choose yet, but at the end of the day, they are pointing at one thing, following the international law.
Yes. Now you had it here. They function as the photo government in exile for nearly 3 decades. For nearly 3 decades. 1 decade is 12 years, or some people count 11 years. If you count 11 good years, it now becomes 1 decade. If you count another 11, it now becomes 2 decades. Another 11, it now becomes 3 decades. So calculate 11 times 3. Then you get how many decades that de facto government of Namibia was in exile. Let's continue.
Okay.
Recognized by the United...
And the recognition was not like other people because of what? When they start their movement, they have people that represent them inside the UN. The recognition did not even start on the 1990. Before 1990, the recognition has been coming because of their member who was in abroad, in America directly before their declaration, and because of he becomes a part of the UN. That is why they call Namibia child of UN. Listen.
Nations in 1976, as the sole and authentic representative of the Namibian people, SWAPO administered the lives of tens of thousands of Namibians living in exile until independence in 1990. 1. Where was it based? Because SWAPO was a liberation movement fighting a guerrilla war, its headquarters moved based on the shifting political landscape of Southern Africa. Tanzania, 1960s. Initial headquarters were in
Tanzania, their head base, Tanzania, 1960. Their military and their government. Listen.
Dar es Salaam, with military training camps in Kongwa. Zambia, 1970s. As Zambia gained independence, the headquarters moved to Lusaka. This period saw the establishment of the Nyango Health and Education Center. And Angola, 1975 to 1989. Following Angolan independence, SWAPO moved its main operational headquarters to Luanda. This became the primary base for the People's Liberation Army of Namibia, PLAN, and massive refugee settlements like Kwanza Sul. 2. How did it function like a government? SWAPO didn't just fight, it managed a state within a state for the exiled population. Their government functions included education. They developed their own school curricula and sent students abroad on scholarships to prepare a civil service for an independent Namibia. Healthcare. They built and staffed hospitals and clinics in the camps, often with their own trained doctors and nurses. Diplomacy. SWAPO maintained embassies, missions, in many world capitals, London, Cairo, New York, and held permanent observer status at the UN. Judiciary and law, the movement had its own internal disciplinary codes and administrative structures to govern the residents of the exile camps. 3. The UN Council for Namibia. A unique aspect of Namibia's history is that the United Nations itself technically acted as the legal government for the territory. In 1967, the UN established the United Nations Council for Southwest Africa, later the UN Council for Namibia. It was the only time the UN attempted to govern a territory that was still being occupied by another power, South Africa. The Council issued Namibian passports, which were recognized by many countries, and represented Namibia in international forums, working closely with SWAPO. Would you like to know more about the specific role the UN played in the transition to independence, or perhaps more about life in the SWAPO exile camps?
Now, is it clear that Namibia start from exile? Is it clear?
Yeah, 100%.
Is it also clear that Namibia even built military in abroad, in another man's country? The first mentioned here, Tanzania, 1960. Tanzania, is it Namibia border?
No.
The answer is no. Then, when Tanzania was checking somehow, what happened? They now moved to where? Zambia, 1970. They moved in there. When they was in Zambia and it's not comfortable for them again, what happened? They moved to Angola, 1975. They stay in Angola till 1989. I send this document to you. And that's what I sent to you. So you may be looking at it as we are proceeding. So
wait.
if someone,
I have not seen it yet.
I sent it yesterday on your WhatsApp.
Okay. I thought, what about the one you say you are going to send me now for?
That is because
you did not see that one yet.
I never see it because the document that is here is very big and depend on the line of Nkemti. So if you want to see it, I need to be going down to the one I saved. I'm 10 in 1. I would open that 10 in 1 to the end if I will find it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we want to prove something here. Remember, starting from 1960 to 1989, how many years? When they told that Namibia spent over nearly 3 decades in exile before they will come back home. Now, the argument is that did Namibia declare their independence in their home? That was the argument, right? To the Biafran people, like what he was claiming. That's why I said there is circumstance that surrenders it. That circumstances, does he remove away that for 3 decades that this was running from exile? Does it change the matter? They have government in exile and they apply from exile till the agreement is being agreed by their brother who sits inside UN. Now what happened? He negotiated with one UN. That negotiation moved to sanction South Africa to remove their territorial integrity rights for them to allow Namibia to declare their independence. Now the question is, if UN did not intervene, sanction them, invoke their mandate of territorial integrity, can they nearly come home to make the declaration? And they did not make a declaration. They stand on election. The difference between, in all these years in exile, they have already been doing their thing, or did they come back? They conduct election in front of the UN. Now let me give you an example of what we are saying. Now that we have declared Biafra in exile, tomorrow maybe our government agreed, or there is how things turn around, we agree that we are going to stay in the homeland to conduct another self-referendum or to have a vote because of agreement between us and the UN or any other country who want to becomes a mediator among us. Does it mean that Biafra did not declare in exile? Does it mean?
No.
So that is it. So when they are open their mouth to tell us the history of Namibia, get things that surrenders it, because that is why the main thing about that is why when you ask of countries that made declaration in exile, they give us who? Namibia as one of them.
Namibia.
Yes, they bring it because of the now. When you go down deep, the circumstance that make them declare it is what they keep by the side and told us that Namibia was declared in exile. Today, if eventually we as the Biafran people touches our leg in the homeland and starts another referendum or make another declaration, make it and like okay, let me give you an example. Do you know that in the history of Somaliland, that on 26th December look like the day that Somalia was declared again? Do you know that? That in the history of Namibia, in the history of Somaliland to keep holiday, they are going to keep 26 as one of their main day in their history. Is it not true?
It's true.
That is true. That is how it happens. That is why in a country, sometimes you will have many holidays. This country, because of where they pass through before they can achieve their own country, they in a year, in December, they almost have what we're having here is 5 holidays straight away. Because of what happened and how it happens, they declare, they move ahead, this happen, they keep on until this why here they have 5 holidays because of the days of their declaration. What happened? Now we will leave it here, like I said. Now it is openly, and the years of Namibia movement and how many they have taken before they can be able to become a country that we all are seeing today. So we are not going to end it here. Now, when we go down to Africa to see those that's also in exile, we're also going to go to Europe to find out if such a thing that this government is on it right now has happened at all in this life that we are living. If it has happened, that means, and also look, and we also check the criteria of all those countries and what they are doing. If all those things is what the government is doing, then anybody who is attacking this government, that person is messing up, really. That person is messing up. And when a country like Eritrea, who got their independence from Ethiopia, there was an exile in African country. What of the man Ethiopia who was in exile in London? I make the declaration and come back home. All this has happened in the past. That is why I use that word. That in this our movement, that one thing is for sure, that the road that others has passed in their life, that is the road we are passing to make sure that we value this movement that we are into. What I want to play now, again, is in Africa. Those in this 21st century. In this 21st century in Africa, they make declaration from exile and they got it right, even recognition and everything before they come back home. That is what I want to play right now. I think that one could take us a little bit, and I can open, then by that time, you can open the line for people to join us to debate on what we're discussing today. Let me go. Should I go?
Yeah, right on. But when you want to send the link, when you want me to send the link, let me know, because I'm seeing some comments from people from Biafrans and some from Nigerian representative and fallback representative. They are not actually many, because they don't like this. Some of fallback republic are not actually many here, but we have one Nigerian agent and some Biafran. But this link is not for those who said that, like Don Pedro, who said that he's going to bully everybody around. I can see you here, Don Pedro. The link is not for you, so there's no need to waste your time. So when you want me to send the link, let me know.
Okay. Well, when we finish this place and do some justice to it, then we allow it. So let us start.
For a century, there have been very few cases that fit your specific criteria. In modern international law, declarations of independence are rarely recognized if made in exile, unless there is already an existing state structure being defended. However, there is one major African example from the 21st century that perfectly fits the spirit of your question. an inauguration and government established in exile that then returned to take territory, and a few European near misses. 1. The Gambia, 2017. The embassy government. This is the most direct 21st century example of a leader taking power from outside the country and then returning to claim the territory. The exile. Following the 2016 election, the incumbent dictator Yahya Jammeh refused to step down. The winner, Adama Barrow, was forced to flee to Senegal for his safety. The declaration, inauguration. On January 19, 2017, Adama Barrow was officially sworn in as president at the Gambian embassy in Dakar, Senegal. This was a government in exile for a brief but critical period. International recognition. The UN, the African Union, and ECOWAS recognized him as the sole legitimate leader while he was still on foreign soil. The return. After ECOWAS military forces entered the Gambia to remove Jammeh, Barrow returned to the capital, Banjul, on January 26, 2017, to take over the territory. 2. Azawad, Mali, 2012. The unrecognized exile. This case involves a declaration of independence that did not result in lasting international recognition, but fits the exile pattern. The declaration. In April 2012, Tuareg rebels, MNLA, declared the independence of Azawad in northern Mali. The exile. Much of the political leadership operated from Paris, France, and Burkina Faso. The outcome. Unlike the 20th century cases, like Algeria, they never gained international recognition. While they briefly held the territory, they were eventually pushed out by Islamist groups and the Malian military. They still maintain a political presence in exile today. 3. Kosovo, 2008, the European exception. Kosovo is the most famous 21st century European independence case, though it followed a slightly different path. The background. In the 1990s, Kosovo had a shadow government, the Republic of Kosovo, that operated in exile and underground during Serbian rule. The 21st Century Act. On February 17, 2008, the Assembly of Kosovo formally declared independence while in Pristina. The return aspect. Although the declaration happened on home soil, the state was only possible because its leaders had spent a decade building international support from Switzerland, Germany, and the US, while their territory was under US administration. 4. Belarus, the Rada of the Belarus country. This is the most active European government in exile in the 21st century. The exile, based in Canada and the USA, the Rada claims to be the original legitimate government of Belarus from 1918. 21st century context. Following the disputed 2020 elections, opposition leader Svietlana Tsikhanouskaya established a united transitional cabinet in Lithuania. The status. They are recognized by many European parliaments as the democratic voice of Belarus, but they have not yet returned to take over the territory. Summary of 21st century cases. Country/entity. Year. Base of exile. Return status. The Gambia, 2017. Senegal. Success. Returned and took power. Azawad. 2012. France/Burkina Faso. Failure. No international recognition. Belarus. Opposition. 2020. Lithuania. Ongoing. Recognized as legitimate by some, but in exile. East Timor. 2002. Australia/Portugal. Success. Restored independence in early 21st century. Would you like me to look into the specific legal documents or oaths of office these leaders used while they were in exile?
I hope it stands clearly.
Yeah.
Because I want to do something that have evidence dates. Where does it happen? Look at where it happens. So why are we doing this? Is to let people know that a government, you can be in exile, declare a country, and you can be running your country, doing everything, waiting for your international recognition. You had it here. Those in these countries, once they grab the recognition, they go back home because there's somebody who just exposed everything and messed everything up for those doing a blind argument. What is this name of this NATO chairman? What is the name? That Australian man.
Gunter.
Yeah. Remark he said, United States of America recognize Biafra, Republic of Biafra, give them equipment to defend themselves.
Yes, he said it.
This is a chairman of NATO is telling America that Biafra needs, because of the government in exile, that they need a top recognition. Let me narrate it down a little bit. Now, when America declared their independence and the people was against it, and they are fighting, trying to stop it, what happened? Morocco rushed after a year and 6 months, give America recognition. America could not do anything. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because Morocco is not a member of the UN Council. That is why. Then they waited, getting to maximum 2 years. France now recognized them. When France recognized them, they signed security defense with France. Now France now give them equipment for them to chase Great Britain away from their territory. Do you know why France can do that? Because France is a member, a council of the UN. That is why that recognition comes through 2 times. Now let's take it back to 1967 to 1970. He got recognition, right?
Yeah.
But Biafra did not stand. Why does it not stand? Because no member of the UN Council was among those that recognized them. Recognized Biafra. Now go back to Somaliland. Let us know the dot. Go back to Somaliland. Since over all these years, Somaliland they are their own, trying their possible best. They never celebrated of stars all these years until a member of the UN happened to be Israel organized them. Now, if at all that Somalia want to do anything, this recognition from a member of the UN is going to give them equipment to support them to make sure that they defend their border. This is how it works on the international community, and this is how they want it to go. So without this a member of the UN, you are going to sit be quiet, waiting for any of them to come. But when one gives you, it's now suppress the pedal of Nigeria on the activities in our homeland. This is how it works. Because the local one that gives Somaliland is what keeps them going till today, until Israel make it to be assurance declaration. That is why when we said that the movement of a country and whatever is not being built by what I think or how I want it. It's being built by what those that will give recognition, and you become a country fully. Without them, you are partial country. Until it happens, you become a fully country. Then because onye enwe na-adị enwe nneche. Onye enwe ọ na-enwe nneche, ọ na-enwe nnekwu mma. So in times of it, ndị nke obere abụrụgo mma, then ndị nke nnekwu obeze no shabele, everything na balance ya. So our people should understand that US government and all they are doing is what all these countries in the past has done, and they could be able to achieve their recognition. We should stay away from what we think and what we think that this is the okay, let's do it like this way. Then you now ask yourself, all the things that we have been doing the way we think, what is the outcome of it? Is it giving us what we want, or somehow it make us to go deep down pains in our life? The way about Masin and the cancer man have been and all this place. That is why I said, if Don Pedro want to come here, he will put video. If you cannot put video, let him not come in.
All right. Thank you, Chino. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, I have a few things to run through because Mas Chino have done very, very well. And I can see, let me just put it out there. Israel is not a member of Security Council. All right? Israel is not a member of Security Council, but they are very strong allies to Security Council members. Okay? They are very strong allies to Security Council members. Israel cannot do anything without being sure of their allies. That's the one thing you need to understand. And You said here, you said it before, because I challenged you. About this, so I'm gonna say it now for the sake of this program and our listener, not because of you. I don't, like I said, just remaining where you are, and all the fallback people who refuse to understand. But some of us, I know some of these questions that we don't want to answer, like me, for example, that I said I want to challenge him, let him come here with some cash to get it done. I know some of us need to know the truth. Genuinely, you want to know the truth. And that's why I'm going to share this with you. Okay, this is let me see if I'm going to zoom it. How to zoom it more? Now, what you are seeing here, the question is countries that declare their independence outside their own fatherland.
Yes.
Okay, or exile. Government in exile that declared independence outside their country include the Central Tibetan Administration. I don't. This one may not be in existence now, and Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, Czech Republic of Ice Cream. I don't know how this. I don't know this, but the popular one is here. Republic of South Maluku. And historical example like Polish government in exile, Free French, and various World War II era governments from occupied European, Belgium, look at it, Netherlands, Norway, etc., seek to assert sovereignty from abroad against occupying power like Nazi German and Japan, those groups like Somaliland government or the Eastern Turkestan government in exile maintain calm to their homeland while operate from other nations. So, according to Don Pedro that asked the question before, you cannot just say that there's no country like that. You cannot say there's no country that declared their independence outside their land. And there are other countries that I will bring it up. Okay, let me bring the link. Let me check the link as well, and I'll present it to you.
Mazikai, as you are sharing the link, let me support on that with another names also, or similar to what you just present now from here, so it can be clear in the ears of our people, please.
Okay, right.
Should I go on? Okay.
Yeah, go on.
While many countries have had governments in exile, leaders fleeing during a war, only a few were established before the country existed, or declared independence while abroad, and successfully returned to take over the territory. Here are the most notable historical examples of nations that declared independence from the outside and eventually reclaimed their home soil. 1. Algeria, 1958 to 1962. The Provisional Government of the Algerian Republic, GPRA, is the gold standard for this. The exile. In 1958, while fighting a brutal war against France, Algerian nationalists formed a government in Cairo, Egypt, and later Tunisia. The declaration. They declared Algeria a republic, while the French military still controlled every major city in the country. The return. After the 1962 Evian Accords, the exile government returned to Algiers to formally take power. 2. Czechoslovakia, 1914 to 1918. Czechoslovakia literally began as a dream in exile during World War I. The exile leaders Tomas Masaryk and Edvard Beneš spent the war in Paris, London, and Washington, D.C., lobbying the Allies. The declaration. They formed the Czechoslovak National Council, which the Allies recognized as a provisional government before the country even existed on a map. It was then part of Austria-Hungary. The return. When the war ended in 1918, they traveled back to Prague to build the new state from scratch. 3. East Timor, 1975 to 2002. East Timor's independence was a double exile story. The exile. After Portugal left in 1975, Indonesia invaded. The main resistance group, FRETILIN, declared independence just days before the invasion, but their leaders were forced into exile in Mozambique and Australia for 24 years. The return. Following a 1999 UN-backed referendum, the exiled leadership returned, and in 2002, they finally took over the administration of the country. 4. Bangladesh, 1971. The exile. In March 1971, after the Pakistani military crackdown, the Provisional Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh, also known as the Mujibnagar government, was formed. The declaration, they declared independence while based in Kolkata, India. The return. After the 9-month liberation war ended in December 1971, the government moved from India to the capital, Dhaka, to start the new nation. 5. Ethiopia, 1936 to 1941. While Ethiopia was already an ancient nation, its sovereignty was redeclared from abroad. The exile, after Italy invaded, Emperor Haile Selassie lived in Bath, England. The declaration. He spent 5 years operating a government in exile, refusing to acknowledge Italian rule. The return. In 1941, he marched back into Addis Ababa with his Gideon force and allied troops to reclaim the empire. 6. Poland, 1939 to 1990. This is the longest-running return in history. The exile. When Germany and the USSR invaded in 1939, the Polish government fled to London. The declaration. They maintained that they were the only legal government of Poland throughout the Cold War, even while a communist government ruled in Warsaw. The return. In 1990, after the fall of communism, the president in exile, Ryszard Kaczorowski, traveled to Warsaw and handed the official insignia of the republic to the newly elected Lech Walesa. Special case, the Baltic states, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania. These countries are unique because their embassies stayed open in Washington, D.C. and London for 50 years, 1940 to 1991, while the Soviet Union occupied their land. They didn't declare independence in 1991. They argued that their original 1918 independence had never ended.
Yeah.
When the USSR collapsed, the diplomatic services.
Yeah.
Now, I know how some people, think. Some of them will say, "Oh, you are playing the audio. Show me in the Google." Now, for the sake of clarity, what you are just playing now is also in the Google. You can go to Google and get it. If you know how to do it, you will have access to it. Now, let me just answer that straightforward, okay? Because most of the countries that I mentioned before are not actually fully independent.
Yes.
Okay. But now, you see, government in exile like those of Poland, Norway, and Netherlands, Belgium, and Czechoslovakia during World War II declared independence, continued governance from abroad after invasion. So this have answered your question. Today we have a country called Poland. We have Norway. They are still in existence. Netherlands, Belgium, Czechoslovakia. I don't know that one. I think they are no longer in existence. Okay, Czechs. Yeah, because that's what we call Czech. Yeah. They are still in existence. Now, these people declared their independence abroad, and they continue governing themselves abroad. Okay, so just for clear, because I know some people may say, "Oh, you are playing the audio." You have listened to that audio, then you have seen it from Google. So I don't think I have any other thing to engage on that. So we are gonna drop a link. I'm gonna drop our link. So anybody that want to join us, want to comment, so you can, because we have spent 2 hours 13 minutes, and we plan to stop at 3 hours. So let's. The link is here for people that have any comment to make. You can come here, or maybe any question based on what we discuss on the program. You can join us as well. Thank you, Mazichino. Thank you, and thank you all of you on the comments. Make sure you
thank Biafrans. Those are listening seriously.
We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys. So the link is here. The link is here. We have Madam Origin is in the house. Okay, I forgot that you cannot follow the link when from WhatsApp. No wonder. No wonder.
Yeah, it's welcome. Okay. I greet everybody. Biafra. I greet everybody. Mazi Real Biafra TV. I just came in to say thank you. Thank you and thank you again. Ihama Meregi. Mazikai. Thank you all so much. You see, this is to explain a lot of things. This is explaining a lot of things. I take, because you have covered almost everything, a whole lot. Anybody that is here today would have gained something. That they are still, for let me mark how I use the word, whether they are still swimming, whether they are still whether they are still stuck up, there is no doubt that they may have learned something and refuse to change. They are two different things. What I want to explain and kind of highlight on is this. When look at what you are doing. You started with, you were not in anywhere in cabinet, you had no post, you have no, all you know is that you want Biafra. And you started making that, you were just busy with no honorable on your head or in your hand. They're doing due diligence. Now, it's to the people puffing and gaffing and bubbling gas everywhere because to stay aside. When Dr. Ngozi Reboeze used the word mediocre people, please listen to me. When she uses that word, a lot of people misunderstand the word. To be a large extent, there is nothing wrong with mediocre people, except that people at a level where they are so comfortable, there's nothing wrong with being an ordinary person. There's nothing wrong with that. That is nothing wrong with being on a moderate level and you go to work, do your work, you're struggling to get some containers, you get the containers anyhow, you can register yourself and volunteer to be in the struggle. Any money that comes, you want it to be shared so that you can use the money to do container. Well, something in an aspect, because that is where you are, because that is just mediocre level is okay for you. You're doing it. But one thing I have known as extraction. One thing being raised in the village I know is that these people choose formidable leaders. When they are given the opportunity and the space, they choose their leaders and they choose among the best. If there are 1,000 people in age group, because it's either age group or community or whatever, they gather, they choose who they are going to send as delegates to represent them. They choose the best, because if you don't choose your best, when it goes to the council of elders or council, you send someone that is talking nimi, you people will come back with shame. That is why we choose the best among us to lead us. And TV, you have proven yourself. If you try to say you want, Dr. Ngozi Reboeze will not have any problem having you in her team. And I think she has done that. And I applaud you for taking, because it's not a small job. It's not a small feat to do all this research, to be a person who wants to make a difference. So let me go back to the mediocre, because when she calls that word, she is not saying it to bring anybody down. It's just that there is a place, a level where that person is. The only thing wrong is to putting people in mediocre level, giving them positions, because at that level they are, is either you are at their level or you must be below level. That is the problem we are having, even in that contraption called Nigeria that people are. Go and check the kind of people that are in leadership. You will cry. So today you have proven yourself, and I want to thank you. I want to thank Mr. Kai for taking out time. Due diligence is very important. Going extra mile is very important. Proving yourself. When you say this is who I am, you prove it. You have proven that you can lead, you can bring up something, you can help us. Look at all. And when I keep saying, when I come on air and I begin to say, please need to listen to Dr. Ngozi Rabueze, you will be marveled at the speed and at the rate and what she is doing. Nothing is hidden. All these things you say from the time January of 2025, everything you listen to her, you will know that she is doing a lot. And like I tell everybody, I make notes. I know you follow the footpath, you follow the pathway, you know that she's on the right direction. So I encourage everybody, please, if you must, talk to us Biafrans about our freedom, about the health of our nation, about our next generation, because this is what we are here for. We are here for the next generation. We are here because just like, look at the number of countries that are agitating. The world we are in is not putting anything on a platter. That is why one man said the mediocre people, they say you grab it, you snatch it, you run away with it, to go and share and come back. And all you do is just constituting nuisance and making life difficult for people. These people are not interested in who did not. And I had a question, I hope, because I logged off a little bit. I had a question I asked, because while you were talking, there is a specificity about the standard of creating new nations and all of that, and having sovereignty. And I asked the question, now that this OIC, this Islamic government that is, whether they are under covering up under religion and all of that, and they are going house to house, spying people, constituting mayhem, why is the world keeping quiet? Because when they do wipe out the community, they take over. Why is the world keeping quiet?
Because of the lady in the question. That is why if you watch the movement of Donald Trump is trying to divorce, to scatter UN. A woman who is in that seat as president of UN, Amina Mohammed, Boyana Bisial. That is why she's not saying anything. That's why she's not doing anything until she's being removed. Because when you are leader and what you this fight you see Donald Trump fighting today is a fight that UN supposed to be fighting for. But because of the woman that is there, the same thing in Africa, the same Isialakwa, they in charge in Africa. So all these things need to be dissolved before Igbo need our work. And you see, the Igbo cannot stop until Biafra break a country. That is the main deal on it. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. So when a corrupt people are in the heads of a firm, everything will be corrupt. You see when Donald Trump addressed them, how he rubbished all of them and all this organization. So as of now, even on sometime in my program, when I tag all of them, I tell that all this organization has called to be suspend all the leaders and that the UN must to be put for amendments. Now, instead of them to put it amendments, they went ahead and adopted the laws they was keeping behind since over all these years. Because if they can be able to come to 2026 and the issue that the adopted charters of the new law for any country, whether new declare area, declare in exile, like you should not use woto, that military is no longer definition of a sovereignty, rather it becomes a population of a human being, a defined territory, and all of them. Then you will see that after Donald Trump has talked to them on November, you can see some little changes into what are doing right now. And my happiness on this, their new law, is that the new law serve all of us, serve our DPM and everybody who is genuinely fighting for Biafra right now. That is it.
All right. And the new law you're talking about, in this year, I don't know the UN, Fadokwa what?
Or fan approve.
Sometimes I wonder how they are taking, how they are leading United Nations when they are not even in the when they are not even world power. Why is it possible?
You know, the movement of this people did not start today. If you really, you will find that this thing has been long. It has started, and it's not going to be easy to stop. But it takes determination to stop it. Like this way now, it takes determination for us to stand, to know that the United States of Biafra is doing the right thing for us to go home. That is how it is. It's just in a common word.
Okay. I think we don't have much people, but I wanted to call it a day.
No, if they don't have more people, I want to play.
We have Oluchiwa God with us in the house. Let's hear from him.
Okay.
Welcome, sir.
Okay, Mazikai. Yeah,
welcome,
Biafran TV. I salute you.
My God, good evening from here.
Yeah, is that Madam Origin? I think.
Yeah, Madam Origin, but she has disappeared though.
Okay. Well, sir, I don't want to go so much or bother anybody, because I have come to realize that all what Chino is saying, I have even tagged the man at the helm of affairs in United Nations. I gave him tags, which today he never got back to me. I said, just tell me, since I told him when I was born, and I said, from when I was born, when I now know what is UN, I want to know which conflict have UN stopped. They never stopped any conflict. They will stay down and watch the conflict building up. They sit down and see the conflict building up. They will never say nothing. My brother, let me tell you, United Nations have been overtaken by the Arab world. And Donald Trump knew this. Even the woman Chino is saying, it was Buhari who sent that woman there. The same type of that woman is also in EU. If we recall, the whole letter Zapatero bill was sent to EU. The person is there stopping the letter from going ahead. But let me tell everybody here, Ahmadike have said this. This is their plan. This is called conquest. They will build up in like 100 years. They don't mind. They put up their people everywhere. That was what Ahmadike said. If you make presidential candidates in Nigeria, he favors them. You do vice president, he favors them. So they have been able to amass power and those sponsoring them, the Arab world. They have one goal. I lived in Turkey too. I said this here before. All those green mosques, if you go there, that's where you see this Church of Nativity. All of them are mosques now. All of them. I think I heard somebody saying a song, even when the symbol of Jesus Christ is, in those walls of because they have turned it to mosque. So, but the thing is, these people have a long time plan, and many years of plan, and they must keep following it up. If that thing is not being checkmate, watch. As subdue ndị ugwu na their madness na Biafra land. Ndị a ga-ewepụta ha ga-awụ another impediment to us. Abụghị ndị a na-eme ihe a. Those people need to be stopped in Biafra land. My brother, there was a time before I used to recite like but when Ohamadike came up, the man was so deep in research. And he joined research with prophecy. Let me not say prophet because, but this in Nigeria, these people started building up their enclave, this caliphate, many years, even when we are not born. How she a prayer that Hana need people in strategic places. You think it's a joke? You got onye megide cow. You got go nomadic school. You were a politician. You local government chairman. The next day you were House of Rep. The next day you were senator. The next day you were governor. Even when they do, they know that these people won't deny and mad. The people matter. In here game hanazo Nigerians now. Often now, people are not that Nigeria have been run over. They are still thinking it's election. But let me tell everyone, because I want USB at the Otego or not be today now. If you know the right part, if you see it, you must know. From day one, we knew these guys are up to something. We knew Ogenkere himself in affiliation with Ifeanyi Oba. We knew Imam Madhabu from Newe, in affiliation with Ifeanyi Oba. We knew all these guys. He's dead. Happy. Well, if he was still alive, they would have been doing more damage than what they're doing today. But there is only one record that has been said, which is the Re Declaration of Biafra. This thing that Dr. Rabese did, my brother, this thing that she did in history will continue to remember this woman. Even when we are no more, that documents in Gobelaga Webtan archives, I see her document to Biafra. It had been redeclared. Just take from what the whole thing Chino is saying. What you can the whole thing the way Chino is, or if not his word itself, we put out the record, the record of those who are saying now Chino white people, but still our people cannot name. I'm when this madness will stop, but I hope and I know this 2026 will bring an end to this madness. It must bring an end to this madness. Masi Arusigo, all this garbage will stop this year because PM is coming out very soon. Very soon. And he has made his stand. That's why they are running helter-skelter. They now know where he stands. So imagine Ogenkere, like, okay, look at the class of these people named. In our presence here, all these people had issues with Obatobi. Here, all of us saw it. My mama my fam. It's not even a Dr. Odebese that was accusing Ogenkere. When Obatobi were countless times. We had meetings countless times. Motor nanyo na hanya cha di motor anya cha. Amaham magaje eligwe. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Hello?
Loud and clear, loud and clear.
So I don't want to waste our time, Mazika. I just want to make a contribution that, like Chino said, even Chino didn't say it. Only few people, out of 100%, 5% that we're in the right path. So, but we know it. I with the documents got to offices. We know what they say to us. How a man welcome as if I have now was a nation. In documents I na go a shake yegi. This is not a joke. Anybody who is not believing this, gain where his or herself to blame. I am telling you, and last time I could hear, only when we record sabotage, any name you can write, man, which ones you can remember. Let people, I have begin to write names. Ndị aha ha ga-anọ na Guinness World Bad Record of Biafra. Because this must definitely come to pass. Because we will never allow this madness for these people to, at the end of the day, aha ga-aba somewhere in a day in every square.
What is that?
Their children will come and see their parents' name. Oh, he did this in so time. He's just
America in
this will happen. So Mazikai, Mazi Chino, I was telling you that when you were talking, and I can give you my number, okay, so that we can talk.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, Mazikai.
No, thank you. Mazikai. Mazikai.
I am here.
Like I said, I want to play. It remains two things. In fact, when something I'm doing is waiting me, I like to go more. That is the thing, because when I'm sure of what I'm doing, I always want to do it to the fullest time. Doesn't matter. So, Mazikai, so I want to play this out. I want us to hear something. Just pay attention as I'm playing this. Pay attention as I'm playing this.
As of early 2026, Dr. Ngozi Orubueze, who serves as the Chief of Staff and Deputy Prime Minister of the self-declared United States of Biafra, has indeed issued formal notifications regarding a re-declaration of independence to various international bodies and countries. Following the arrest of Simon Ekpa in Finland in late 2024, Orubueze took a more prominent leadership role. Here is the current status of those communications. 1. Notification to Nigeria. In February 2025, Dr. Orubueze signed and released an official 3-page open letter addressed to President Bola Tinubu. This document formally notified the Nigerian government of the re-declaration of the Republic of Biafra, which the group claims took place during a convention in Lahti, Finland, on November 29, 2024. The letter sought a, quote, peaceful and sustainable dissolution and mutual recognition. 2. International bodies, UN, EU, AU. Orubueze and the United States of Biafra, USB Cabinet, have publicly stated that they are contacting international stakeholders. The UN and EU statements issued by Orubueze in early 2025 indicated that documents were being sent to the United Nations and the European Union to introduce the newly restored sovereignty, OAU, now the African Union. While older rhetoric often references the OAU, the group's modern outreach is directed at the African Union, AU. They have claimed to be in communication with regional bodies to seek support for their referendum results. 3. Other countries, USA, Germany, Finland. USA. Documents have been directed toward the US government, though US officials have not formally acknowledged or recognized the declaration. Germany. In June 2025, Orubueze made claims regarding the opening of a Biafran embassy in Germany as part of their international outreach strategy. Finland. Significant communication has been directed at the Finnish government, primarily protesting the detention of Simon Ekpa and asserting the legality of their activities under Finnish law. Current reality and recognition. It is important to note that while Dr. Orubueze has sent these documents, they have not resulted in formal diplomatic recognition by any of the entities mentioned, the UN, USA, EU, or Nigeria. The international community continues to recognize the territorial integrity of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Why do I play this? for those who follow Ogenkere, please type on the Google like Mazakai did. Where have Ogenkere sent the document of what he's claiming? He did not send it because he doesn't have the original one. He's only doing the hand check in Washington, D.C. Washington,
That's what I wanted to
D.C.
say. Which document do you expect him to send? You don't have any document to send.
No, I did this thing out from archive. I want them at this 2026. Our DPM has also reaffirmed again to the world about Biafra, reaffirming to all these countries. Is it the ones in countries I will not mention that when you open it, once you see black paint, that means secret. Those ones I don't touch them, but I read them on my own, but I cannot come to open because that is why when I told that we are on the right track, simply on the right track. This woman has taken Biafra. I read a document where they say that the Biafran topic is on the rapid movement on the international global community. You see all these places we mentioned now, UN, US, EU, Nigeria, everywhere they are talking about this issue. And people did not understand. If the people watched the South Africa summit last year, when a president of Kenya was letting the world to know that Biafra issue is no longer internal affair, rather it is an external affair right now because of what? The declaration and the document. The same thing happened in Burkina Faso. Again, that one you see our lobbies present there. Diplomatic movement is happening. Just continue deceiving yourself. Continue fooling yourself. Continue doing yourself more harm than good. Now, I want to conclude by you to judge yourself before we leave this platform. I want to give you Finland. Yeah, go on.
You want to play something?
Yes, you can say something before I play it.
No, play. That is irrelevant. Just play. Play what you're playing.
Yeah. So
before can I add something to all those diplomatic notifications? Just like you said, when all that was going on, when they were announcing it, I may have my own list too. And even the ones that responded, whatever, is left for the government to, why we are saying all this is to let the people know that the government is not sleeping. They are not sleeping. They are doing a lot. And some have recognized and have acknowledged that they have received.
That is the one I said that it's on the black code on this my app, so I cannot mention them.
I'm not gonna list them either.
Yes. Because why we are
Madam Monica has begun her own another research as well.
Everybody
I started all this with research. I didn't just wake up one morning and look for something to do. I'm serious about this. Continue, my brother.
Yeah, like I said, I have given you what the government is doing. For you who are following them, please ask. There's another one I'm looking for that Alison asked me to play. That one, Haga Wagena. Dr. Ngozi Oraveze has locked everywhere that Ogenkere can never touch this document until he dies. That nobody will touch it unless she allows you or give you access to it. That this document has become authentic and original document to represent Biafran people. That proving that there is an effective government for the Biafran people. That the world are listening to this government and what they are doing.
Do you know how I know that what you just said now is true? Is because I've noticed that Ogenkere is, in one of his video, he said that that evil people cannot be in their history. That they're going to remove those evil people because to him, the only way out is to declare another
generation.
You have to declare it again. This your brother is still on comments and yapping nonsense.
Allow him. He can talk on the backstage and the way it is. This is your platform. There is those that I block. When I find out, I have. Now people send me voice note of what this one is vomiting from his mouth. This one was even attacking Mazin Nandekan. He was attacking Simon. This Don Pedro you're seeing.
Thank God that you have access now to some of those audio. Thank God you have access. This guy, forget about let's do our program. Asatina, of course, Orabese is an agent of freedom.
Yes, and yes, he's an agent of freedom, really. Yes, he is. So I said we are going to finally use Finland history and what happened to bring this program close to this evening. So for anyone to go and think who you are and the rules you are playing, what the same play mean. That's why I want to play this Finland in conclusion.
In the history of the Finnish Civil War, 1918, the relationship with Russia was the primary dividing line between the two factions. The short answer is, the Reds were supported by Russia, while the Whites fought to remove Russian influence. 1. The Reds, supported by Soviet Russia. The Reds, the socialist and working class movement, were the faction aligned with Russia, specifically the new Bolshevik government led by Vladimir Lenin. Ideology. They shared the revolutionary goals of the Russian Bolsheviks and wanted to turn Finland into a socialist state. Military aid. Soviet Russia provided the Reds with trains full of weapons, ammunition, and artillery. Troops. At the start of the war, there were still about 30,000 to 40,000 Russian soldiers stationed in Finland from World War I. While many remained neutral or deserted, several thousand Russian volunteers, including the Black Guard of sailors, fought alongside the Finnish Reds. Political goal. Although Lenin officially recognized Finland's independence, he actively encouraged the Finnish Reds to revolt, hoping Finland would eventually join a larger union of Soviet republics. 2. The Whites. Anti-Russian. War of liberation. The Whites, conservatives and the middle class, viewed the conflict not just as a civil war, but as a war of independence, Vaposota, to finally break free from Russia. Hostility toward Russia. The Whites saw the Russian troops in Finland as an occupying force and a source of Bolshevik infection. One of their first major actions was to disarm Russian garrisons in northern Finland. Their leader, General C.G.E. Mannerheim, had ironically been a high-ranking officer in the Russian Imperial Army for 30 years. However, he was a staunch anti-communist and was determined to stop the spread of the Russian Revolution into Finland. German support. Because the Whites were fighting against Russian influence, they turned to Imperial Germany for help. Germany sent an entire division of troops, the Baltic Sea Division, to help the Whites win the war. Summary comparison. The Reds, Puneset. The Whites, Valkoset. View of Russia, seen as a brotherly revolutionary ally. Seen as a foreign oppressor/Bolshevik threat. Supporter, Soviet Russia, Bolsheviks. Imperial Germany. The Russian factor. Relied on Russian weapons and volunteers. Aimed to kick all Russian soldiers out of Finland. Interesting fact, even though the Reds were supported by Russia, many Red leaders were actually quite nationalistic. They wanted a socialist Finland, but they were often wary of being completely absorbed or controlled by the Russian Bolsheviks. Would you like to know more about what the Whites, the conservative bourgeois government, were the ones who made the formal Declaration of Independence for Finland? While the declaration happened before the Civil War officially broke out, the leaders who signed it were the same men who would lead the White side just a few weeks later. The timeline of independence. December 4, 1917. The Finnish Senate, led by Per Evan Svinhufvud, who would become a key leader of the White side, presented the declaration to Parliament. December 6, 1917. The Finnish Parliament officially approved the declaration. This is why December 6th is celebrated as Finland's Independence Day. January 1918. The Civil War began shortly after. Why the Whites did it. The White leadership, conservatives, liberals, and landowners, wanted a clean break from Russia. They were terrified of the chaos of the Russian Revolution and wanted to establish a stable, non-socialist independent state. The Reds' position. The Reds, Social Democrats and labor unions, also supported the idea of independence, but they were in a difficult position. 1. Shared ideology. They were closely tied to the Russian Bolsheviks, Lenin. 2. Different strategy. They wanted a socialist independence. They actually voted against the specific White-led declaration in Parliament because they wanted to negotiate the terms of independence with the Russian Bolsheviks first, rather than declaring it unilaterally. 3. Recognition. Ironically, when Svinhufvud, the White leader, went to Russia to get independence recognized, it was Vladimir Lenin, the ally of the Finnish Reds, who signed the document recognizing Finland as a free nation. Summary. The Whites drafted and passed the declaration. while the Reds were largely sidelined during the process, eventually launching their rebellion in January 1918 because they were unhappy with how the new white government was running the country. Would you like to know more about this?
It's okay. I hope it sounds clear, particularly this last one about Finland. They're between red and white.
Red and white.
All of them was in Helsinki. This Helsinki where we went to, that Helsinki, there is a record in that Helsinki. That
so
record
they declared their independence in their freedom in Helsinki.
Helsinki. And what happened? The red, from that place, they start saying no. That they don't want. It's not this the same movement that we're into. Ogenkere was fighting Chiamaka Ajere with the mama that Biafra should not be declared. The same thing. I want us to know history is repeating without we saying a word. That is why we are here to bring you this history when it's repeating. That's people that travel to Finland planning over a year and to go and make declaration when they said no. A lot of people of Finland on their own, in their own soil, they're saying no, that they don't want it, that they want to go back, negotiate with Russia first. How they could do it. This one now lies on Wazirike, who want Biafra. Nigeria will approve for him, not Biafra. That international committee will approve, then give Nigeria order, like introduction approving Namibia and give South Africa.
So many of them believe that they can only have their freedom through National Assembly. And
that is Don Pedro. That is the message I have from Don Pedro. The only way they say I want to have through National Assembly of Nigeria. And that is the one I
honestly I don't want to say it before, but I noticed something about Newu people. I'm not saying all of them, but a few of them that are non like Ikenga. Okay. Imam Madabu.
Remember, Newi people disowned that guy, so that Newi people won't penalize you.
Disown who?
The one they called the Uragu.
What is the difference between Ikenga and Don Pedro here?
No, they say Ike Guragu is not from their village, that is a visitor.
That's what I'm saying. What Imam Madab also is a visitor. So this I'm just saying, how can you provide somebody like Odumegwu Ojukwu, all of a sudden you are now producing this kind of people? Imagine the people like Don Pedro saying that you have to go to National Assembly, and I don't know, is it Ifa Yoruba alone? I don't know what is wrong with some of them. Are you are not the only Igbo person. You're not the only Igbo, so calm down and listen. Asatina, you are welcome.
Okay, Mazi Kai reports.
I greet you.
Mazi Chino, Real Biafra TV, I bring greetings. One love, my people. One love, great Biafrans. Thank you so much for allowing yourself to be used for this great, massive, exclusive teaching. May God continue to empower you, give you wisdom, 1,000 men wisdom. Now, when you think that something is becoming sour, that is when God is preparing another. This is when you do all this teaching, I keep remembering exposition of our PM. Exposition of our PM. Thank you so much. You might be doing it in your own way, but it keeps reminding me of his exposition. Honestly, thank you so much for this eye-opening, very big and massive and huge teaching today. I hope everybody in this platform, we all benefited something. You both the mediocres, individuals. No, I don't know. I just don't know the word to use, but I just want to use this little time I have now to beg for your support for this great new dimension God has planted or plotted inside our brother Chino. Please, we need gadgets. This is we. Yeah, I can say we because this is Biafra Quest. Everybody have to support in any way for anything that will bring us this Biafra faster. Please, he needs gadgets.
Somebody is mocking. That's why this man was mocking himself about it. But people need to
Yeah,
understand.
that's why I really want to say it out.
I'm not
I
a
want to.
criminal.
Yes, call
I
me a
need
beggar.
something I
Call
will
me
use
a
to
beggar.
hijack Don Pedro's name to bring out his real name, who he is.
Come,
Even I want
I
to
will
go and
prefer
get
you
the picture
come.
by
I will.
myself.
Yes, call me a beggar. I'm not a criminal. It sweets me a
Yes.
lot. It sweets me a lot. So, Biafrans, please, this gadget, we need it urgently. Please, there are
That's
some
true.
documents he cannot bring out just because he doesn't have these gadgets. Laptop.
And even the videos of all these things was the video, but they can't play. You can't play.
So please, the earlier the better. We are enjoying this teaching. We don't know it. I can't claim I know it. I don't know it up until now. There are so many things that is sounding new to me.
Not just new, very, very new.
Very, very new. So I really thank you. And some demons, in a deliverance ground, some demons are not they happy. They are not happy when deliverance is going on. So some mediocres are around, not happy that this message is being penetrated, is going deep to Biafrans, liberating our people. I read comments and I saw how our people are very, very happy listening to this today. So continue.
As starting of women, they like to live for Ghana. Okay, for this.
Kanto jutu ịma na anụ mama ka si egogo okwu na platform gị bụ mana ka nchọta gị okwu ahụ achọọ m ịma. So dear brother, my dear brother, thank you so much. I really appreciate.
And I can manifest the other program with that light. No.
Dalo. Well done.
Thank you.
My Dikai, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you for your time and your love, my sister. God bless all of you.
Yeah, honestly, he's too much.
God bless all of you. You're the lazy.
Too much.
Oh my, Kaja. I'm telling you. Huh?
Somebody will ask me, why do I play this Finland history? I play it for you to choose where you belong. If you are working with those who was against their declaration, that is already not where you belong. You belong to the red that refused the declaration from the white people. So when I say that history is repeating, and all this history are repeating for us to learn from it and move ahead. That is why all this history need to be taught us and how we can easily move out from things we think this is where it is. Today, when you see anybody in the comment section after reading this Finland history and he's still talking what he don't know and claiming he knows it, you know where he belongs without wasting time. Judas used his hand to prove where he belongs. Nobody called him name, but he brings himself through his action. And if you check the comment section, why we are winning. If this comment section, there is 100 people, it will not pass 10 people or 5 that are commenting trash in the comment section. That is how you know that we are moving forward, that we have left them behind. That is how
from my own end, my brother, what I can see from my own end, I don't see much negative today. Unlike other program, yesterday there were so many because just like what I just said, when deliverance is going on, demon and demon prime that demon out of panic. Well, they have seen some of this revelation, they can't stand it. Some of them don't want to even comment at all because I cannot hit and I'm back and keep outside. Only this guy, man, Ajomo with a grade by grade. I ain't got recommend to whoever. I'll go see level in here because I can a cigarette, but no, yeah, we have Emmanuel. Emmanuel, let's hear from you. Emmanuel, unmute your mic.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Mazikai. Okay, I'm
Ekene. Yes, what happened? Ekene.
Okay. Okay. Good evening from here. Good evening. Good evening. Good
You're
evening,
welcome.
Mazi Chino.
Thank you
Biafr
so
TV.
much, man. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. And there was CK. I greet you all, fellow Biafrans, in the comment section in the studio. Madam Modi Jinekenem Gezin, Madam Rosie, I greet you. So, fellow Biafrans, I got my bona. Anya, that is, we have crossed the Rubicon. My Onyendo say, Anya got a journey of no return. Whether he's here or he's not here, Biafra must be restored. So, what you see some people doing now here for comment section now, after reading this now, after reading all this now, come around what rubbish. After all this, man, what type of enjoy yourself. That is, the day you want this freedom, see, somebody say how many countries declare independence in exile? You have read it out here. Yes, on I want about type we is not that man or long gonna bra that on Pedro. Yeah. After that day, he agreed with you because we listen that conversation on in order. Let him come and listen to this. See? So after listening to all this, man, I send our DPM ban agents of this. You can imagine. See? Agent of
Have a good on Pedro. Go on, we ain't got for. Across, go there, ya Rubicon. Man, across in a negative way.
go ahead and Rubicon. Journey of no return. Okay, there is like what I understand now they play out because in the zoo government now they're like I see that they are blind. Blind they are blind about this our movement. Okay. They are blind about this our movement. Because of what? The informations. All the people leaking out informations. Gabo any plan they make it. Any move government to make. He leak any out. You see in this zoo agaba share. Government say where put that's why I do any with all this success. That's why. Because all these saboteurs they are there throwing things down. Man, we thank God now DPM she's no nonsense woman. See?
Yeah.
If you onye now. That our former that Mr. Praise when information break the out today now uji data our former website now a scam on the you see
who
that our former sense and yeah.
Okay.
Oh, onye former website web war also that praise.
Praise now.
Yes. Oh, the data our website now some the information would break it out today. I warn the quasi. Do not use that old website. Use the new website for use the new website. So the information on handle USB government handle. When you follow USB government handle, you go and do so. Go and follow that handle. Key when they want any information. Go and follow Dr. Ngozo busy. We are moving higher. See, We are moving forward. See, like what have not happened before in Biafra movement is not happening in our eye. See, people now who Biafra now. People now who Biafra before now they are not speaking about Biafra movements because of what USB declared. So we are moving forward. No chicken till we finally get to our final destination. Thank you all. And I leave
Thank you so much. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Thank you. River Goddess is in the house. Let's hear from you, ma. River Goddess, are you there?
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, ntị ọ dịkwa? Ọ na-apụtakwa?
Ọ na-apụta ọfụma ọfụma. Ọnụgo n'ọkwa.
Ekene m unu.
Yeah, welcome.
Maazị Ka, ekene m gị, Maazị Chino, ekene m gị, ekene m unu. Ekene m Madam Origin, kene Madam T. Today is the best of the day. Oh, gịnị. I said it. Onweghị onye machara ya. N'enye iti mpata ka dị ka mụ iti bọrịbọ. Look at this one. Oh my God. Ka m gwa gị ka ihe mma bụ na nke mmalụ bụ na eji m n'ịdụrụ n'aka nke a jide mkpụrụ ọgwụ n'aka nke ọzọ ime mistake ọ bụrụ n'isi m akụọ gị ya ọ nke mmalụ anya ntụtụ
ọ dị nnọọ ka njiri ụkwụ na abụji fie ka ụkwụ anyị isozi na dose ya ka ịdụọ ya bụ n'ịdụ.
Oh my God, I am so happy. Every day is not a day of seriousness. I have learned what I don't know. Everybody has his or her own calling. Everybody has his or her own office where you operate very well. You understand? I learned what I have never. Kedu mgbe m ga-abịa mewe research ihe ebe m na-enye mkpụrụ ọgwụ ihe a ka m ga-abịa nọrọ rụọ. But look at somebody has taken time, like my sister Tina said. That's why I said, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu say, listen to Simon Ekpa, our PM, my honorable. He is bringing a new dimension into this struggle. That is an instruction. And after that, looking to tell you that God's hand is in what we are doing. Chino tikara from nowhere, where potazia, where banyezia into deeper dimension. Oh my God. Hey, nah, you did justice.
Goodness. What into deeper dimension?
Deeper. Yeah,
I didn't tell you.
When the disciples of Jesus Christ was with him, they keep on complaining. Maazị Jesus, we have toiled all day. Because you have not digged deep. Cast your net deeper, you will catch something. That is what real Biafra TV you have done. More accolade. God bless you. Flesh and blood did not reveal this to you, but more nke na-adị ndụ jisi ike ekwekwe na eto oge isi ga-eko ka bread Biafra na efukwara anyị chikwere ike mmadụ ime ha kwana anya jump wakwa gị
hele mu go 247 vam no go 247 na ndị niile afa m bụ ụzọ amaghị agbọla egbe anyala ọdụ.
Asị na Maazị Kai, o nwere onye na-agwata ahụ Maazị Kai, aghọtatụrụ Maazị Kai a bit, but let me just apply my break. There are people you look at them. Simon, don't look at this baby face because it will deceive you. Because what runs in this baby face is very deep, very deeper. mmadụ pụta nnọọ bịa jalụ wụsala gị ọkwa isi na hit anaghị eme mmadụ na mbọ aka maazị kai ka esi
Hi,
na
River Goddess, no vex. So, you know, I know they like to jump. Madam Orange, I greet you again. Can I say something?
yes, my dear, come in. My body, they sweet me like
I know, this is a great day. You know, I'm one of those days I said I'm not now, but later I'm going to all our media pichichis, our warriors. On the note I made, I remember you saying that he is shallow water that runs deep. Then I gave him, he releases tornadoes with calmness. That is a massacre for you. You'll be throwing that tornado bombs, but if you see his face, he's so calm. I'm like, this guy, yes. So continue. I didn't want you to miss that.
Well, that will not take away why Biafra about the buy.
Too much.
I'm telling you, when we used to hear about women riots, you understand? With what I'm seeing now, honestly, it is true. There were very, very smart people, very, very smart. Anyway, I appreciate it.
Madam Origin, o nwere ụdị brain ọ na-ada akpụwa ọchị ya nnọọ mana still omechi okwuche ihe niile ọ chọrọ ikwu.
Madam Origin, all got brain boss in a fear.
Oh my God. O nwere nnọọ nwa mediocre. O deche nnọọ ka ya anya fili ya nọ mmiri ọ ya egwu. Baby face a wey deceive. Baby face a drown walking in the center of the sea. I don't give bam bam bam. Onye ji akpọ ijele. Onwe onye ma ihe ijele bụ. Ijele bụ 1 second.
Yes, Mazi Kai and Mommy Rose and those in the building. I wanted to shut down, but there's something we have never for once ask ourselves, and happen on this our page. But I don't know how I just enter my server now. I got it. Okay. After the creation of a new country with the government in exile, what are the work Hagana to prove that this is the legit government of the people? Please let's take 3 minutes or 2 listen to this. If I am after this one, I shut the program down. Let us see the work. Government here said now on India and let us know.
If I get you, my favorite man, I get money.
Yes, let us listen.
Once the Declaration of Independence (DOI) is issued, the government in exile (GIE) must act as a dual-service entity. It has to manage a population that is split between those living under the enemy or parent state administration at home and those scattered across the globe. Here is the breakdown of the specific work the government performs for both groups. 1. For the people in the exile, the diaspora. For those living outside the borders, the GIE acts as a surrogate state to ensure they don't lose their national identity. Documentation and legal identity. The government issues national passports, ID cards, and birth certificates. Even if these aren't valid for all border crossings, they serve as legal proof of origin for refugee status or eventual citizenship. The national tax. Many GIEs, like the historical Eritrean or current Tibetan movements, implement a voluntary diaspora tax. This money funds the government's diplomatic missions and schools. Cultural preservation. The GIE sets up national schools in host countries to teach the language, history, and the newly declared constitution, ensuring the next generation identifies with the lost country. Protection and advocacy. If a citizen in exile faces legal trouble in their host country, the GIE's representative office, a shadow embassy, acts as their consulate, providing legal aid or negotiating with the host government. 2. For the people in the homeland, under occupation. This is much more difficult because the GIE has no physical control. The work here is about delegitimizing the occupier and maintaining a shadow administration. The parallel state strategy, the GIE, encourages people at home to use shadow institutions. For example, if the occupier has a court system, the GIE might encourage traditional leaders to settle disputes using the independent states laws instead. Information warfare, radio/digital. the GIE broadcasts national radio or digital news into the homeland to counter the occupiers' propaganda and keep the spirit of the DOI alive. Civil disobedience coordination. The GIE provides the legal authorization for strikes or protests. They tell the people at home, you are not breaking the law, you are following our law, and the occupier's law is illegal. Smuggling and social support. In some cases, the GIE uses its funds to smuggle aid, money or medicine to families of martyrs or political prisoners, acting as a secret social security system. 3. The state-to-state work. International level. The GIE must prove to the world that it is the only entity with the right to represent both groups. Function. Action. Goal. Asset freezing. Asking foreign banks to freeze the home country's gold/oil money. Starve the parent state of resources. Treaty signing. Signing environmental or human rights accords. Proving capacity to enter relations. Montevideo criteria. Sanctions lobbying. Asking the UN to punish the occupier. Increasing the cost of the occupation. The sovereignty bridge. The most important work the government does is maintaining the legal claim. If the people at home are suffering, the GIE uses their suffering to build a legal case at the UN. They are the voice of the voiceless. Example, during the 1990 occupation of Kuwait, the government in exile in Saudi Arabia continued to pay the salaries of Kuwaiti teachers and doctors who were still in the occupied territory through secret channels. This kept the people's loyalty to the exile government rather than the Iraqi occupiers. Would you like me to draft an order of civil...
Don't want to not draft. Mazekai, do you listen here? What the government is doing? It did not all I just played out here.
100%. 100%.
That is why when I said,
you know, why listen to this last one, especially this one you just played now. I feel like, how can we get this to the radio in homeland?
Yeah, this is the
thing. Not even in this English version.
Yeah,
Igbo translation. Yeah, it is very, very important because this is exactly what, for those of you, if you are here and your brother, your uncle, your niece is one of those shouting, Simon Ekpa says sit at home, please take time and go and study what is civil disobedience. It is one of the options that they mentioned here. Civil disobedience. You don't expect government declared as now that we are looking for, you know, how to protect our land and how to let other people to understand what we are doing. I think it is time for us to take it upon ourselves to teach other people. You don't just listen and keep it to yourself. In our so I call it a guy calling the Adun.
The government has right to build school in abroad and teach their children.
Everything is there. Everything is there.
Name them.
Name it. Some of our people will be the one to criticize it. Don't allow them to brainwash you because they are saying it out of ignorance. Just like many of us before they play all those things, many of us don't know. Even me, I don't know most of those things. But now that you know, will you keep it to yourself, or are you ready to spread it? That's what I want to ask. You don't just receive and consume it to yourself and keep it to yourself. It doesn't work that way. Even your children, if you don't, some of us, I don't know how will I pass it? Start from your children. Let them know. Makechi. You never can tell. The person you go and if you can position you go and need them more, they can utilize it and spread it very, very well. Anybody telling you, because just come to think of it, sit at home, will not take it. But you see some of our brothers and sisters criticizing it and start calling people that are holding you down to come and give you justice because they told you not to go and put your 2x2 shop. A shop that will swallow you. They will go to Kwara State and see what is happening there. Lagos State, importer and exporter. Just few, none of us are actually talking about that. And those are brothers that they burned down in Lagos. 3 people from the same mother. Just imagine that in Christmas Eve, 3 brothers, like, God forbid, I'm not wishing anybody bad, but imagine your biological brother, 3 of them. in one house, trapped. You call their number, they're able to answer the call, but they cannot come out. Imagine that. What is more painful than that? I just want us to understand, because everything must not be business transaction. They have mocked us. Oh, you guys love money. Oh, you want to buy with money. Money is what you guys are known for. When are we going to say no? We actually love all that and not money. For how long must we behave this way? I'm just saying, because some of these things, some of us, the way we are being wired, we already know what you can do, how to go about it, but not everybody. Now, you that know, how will you pass this message to other people? I'm not saying you should open platform. You must not open platform. But physical contact, physical communication with your neighbor, your classmate, let them know. You can drop a voice note. You can't force it, but just pass it for people to have access to it. At least it may help people. Imagine somebody who don't know, people who don't know much about what is going on. Only Don Pedro can destroy a village with his falsehood and ignorance. You understand? Only because falsehood always, can spread like wildfire. It can go viral. Yeah. But this truth, sometimes you have to repeat it constantly before it start to assimilate in your mind. Don Pedro alone is one of them. Just like maybe Ebola. You know, that it can spread. Before you know it, only if you have access to people who don't know and don't even have access to know, with what is coming from his mind, and because first and first he will speak a little English, he think that he's actually educated, then he now failed you because you are empty with nonsense. Then anytime they call for sit at home, you say these guys are criminals, because the shortest way to blackmail innocent people, they would have to label them criminal. He sent the first note to me yesterday, calling me criminal, that he is aware that all of us are scammers. That is because of money. That someone he just accepted Masamana because Masamana somehow he must stand somewhere. But I can tell you, this guy is a student of Ify Oba and all of it. He has all to do with Igbo affair, let alone freedom. I was wasting my time in an argument. I want to know I'm because I know this guy since 2020, it should be 2022. Very long, 2023, I'm sure. So we started having the issue. Who is the person that just left? Anyway, it's good. We started having the issue, after the, what is it called? After the declaration of Biafra, when he told me that why must you, that Ogenkere is the right person. He's one of those that use gender to preach to Okai report, gender issue. That why because I tried to, I was thinking that I was talking to someone, let me just explain myself to him, wasted my time. Then I realized that no, Amechi is true. No, it's just a chick on the Omadi can't make it herself. Block why sharply. Block why sharply. Anyway, we have come to an end, please. Let's call it a day.
So let me say this very quickly, Mazikai.
Please do.
Radio Biafra TV, once again, thank you. I just want to read this.
You drop also of me. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm coming to you. I'm coming to you.
I surrender. Go ahead, Madam River Goddess.
When they finish, you are drawing the curtain.
No.
I am not in minimum.
No vex. So go ahead.
We are just rounding up, but anybody you see answer this name, Don Ozurolie, Otieje Pedro, Ogoshirige Hobo, Ekrimo, that's who you are. And don't worry, Ofunwoke Bagora Bago. Na aga n'ụzọ gbagọrọ agbagọ ije niile gbagọrọ agbagọ Why do I say this? Mazekai said something of people that felt they know all. Everybody be a crimo, everybody be unyorindori. So ya nwa bụ ihe feeler na ọ dị okay. But she forgot na ije ya gbagọrọ agbagọ. Ndụ ya gbagọ agbagọ. Ezinụlọ ya gbagọ agbagọ. Ihe niile about ha gbagọrọ agbagọ. Then I dropped my mic. Then Pedro, I think you have listened to what we said. Ofonye see Laura, Megan, and Dora say Ofonye, egotago the gist now. And I pray and I believe that your brain adigo resetted. Obo na oboria anya anya lunyeluge ajaleja n'ọkụ ikwete na ọ na-eme. Thank you very much, my brethren. I greet you all.
Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. Really appreciate. I'm just trying to.
Do you know that this latter part Mazi Chino brought out? They say that this is the move of the spirit. You understand? So it added more coated ice on the cake. Thank you very much. Yes.
Exactly.
All right.
And then the last one, that one hit us differently. I love that part because that is what it should be. Thank you, River Goddess, Madam Origin. Let's hear from you.
I wanted to read something from one, is it Uche, that was greeting you and said our DPM is Onyinyechi Nkatom special. She said, bro, greetings from here, USB. Oh, something has taken it out again.
It is one.
Yes, bro, greetings from you from here. USB, we move with DPM, my madam. I'm lawyer, ma. So I'm trying to read it out for Dr. Ngozi Bueze. So Yechin Ekelegi, we are loyal. Jisike, in case at any time you listen to this, we appreciate you, Dr. Ngozi Bueze. And we are proud of what you're doing. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Our sister is here. I greet you. I can't just matter this you I can't offer. Good evening once again. Good God Almighty is our strength. And to you guys that every day coming out to do the good job, you are blessed with more strength. He said, and you too. And you too. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate. Mazino.
Yeah, Mazakai, thank you so much because we have really, even though we say want to spend maximum 3 hours, we have put extra.
I'm on a walk. I know.
Yeah, that's the as the spirit lead. That is how we are doing. So the thing is very simple to my people. Those who want to know the government movement, the achievements, I have given you the achievements also. And as well, you have a right to research on anywhere you can. You have a right to also ask. The government in exile, does it even really exist? The world we are into, listen, if you are wasting your time, the world is going to digital. Digital we are going is that when you will sit in your room, you will just say the word, AI will present everything to you. That is where we are going. You better be careful and adopting it to where go for and when you are right now, because you might be wasting your time so much in thinking of things that you think you are thinking on your own. Your hatred, your envy, your jealousness could not do anything. If you reach to the history of Ngozi Arabeza, who she is, go to Google also, you can ask. Type who is Dr. Ngozi Arabeza in Washington, in America. They will give you her name is open everywhere. You can also know her net and what she wants. She's not your mate. Despite coming to carry Biafra load on her head. This is an international woman. And that is why she's destroying all of you with her silent destroyer. And I continue asking her to continue remain silent, because if this woman know how to blow her whistle, everywhere gonna do jing every blessed day. But because of how Schoolker wants him to do things and things remain silent the way it's supposed to be, you may not value it. The only thing that I want us to understand is that we are not the first. We are not going to be the last. People has used exile government achieve their own. People have used colonial era to choose their own. Now the game has changed and they call it 21st century era. What are you still arguing? What are you still waiting for? Ndị anyị si na ọ na-eme ọ bụrụ na ụmụnna bịa meeting kwuo eziokwu fa na n'oge ma a na-asị asị okwu ete aka. What we are doing now is to by shortcut you let you know the thing whether you believe it or not. Because of now only you did not believe or you are 5 or 10, that was made you who you are. I read Finland for me. That after the Finland people made the declaration, people decided to say no, we can accept this. The same happened in America also. The same thing has happened in even this Namibia. South Africa created 6 factions in Namibia to stop their movement. But what happened? Did not stop. They have all did their own in the past. So look at the example and believe that that thing they have achieved, that we can achieve it also. If they have achieved it in all these years, that there is no digital, there is no lot of things, but as of now that we can lay our hand on information. Only why you are not a country in 1966, 1977 is because of media. That is why we're not. Or Chukwuemeka or Dimego never knew that America has started turning back on Nigeria to pull out. What happened? Because of information, working mother disappear. And the worst part that if Chukwuemeka or Dimego run to exile in Ivory Coast, if he could continue in exile by now, people like Don Pedro cannot say anything to write. We will be now in our own country because those that run away because of the war, like people of Poland, Netherlands, and Belgium, when they run away because of Germany occupied their territory and chased them away, they went into a country like London, continue proving that the Netherlands is a country, Poland is a country that have a government. But because of the sabotage of people like Don Pedro, that makes to withdraw everything, and because of the arguments that are heading nowhere, like people like Don Pedro, that's the example that makes that's remain silent. That is how everything lost. Those who fought like him for 3 years ran into exile. Today, many of them, their country are country today. But look at we coming back again today to reaffirm all we are doing. You have had what government in exile is supposed to be doing after their declaration. That is what your government is doing. Issue passport, ID card. You're supposed to give your task, supposed to maintain you anywhere you have a case right now. That is why what we are doing is under legal. Reach Biafra government in Biafra government under the problem you are passing through the nearest person around you. The dual document landed, you are safe. Give you an example of our sister Amaka. When we had not even made declaration, when Nigeria through a year about tried to let them deport her, what's happened? When British government other Simon never interfered, the matter was being solved. That our sister Amaka still remain in that country to today. If you know the value of what you have right now, do not listen to anybody. We are already going home. Just I know can one be it's an email. It was only for over 100 years, just to remain 3 hours. I want to refer you to Egu Mike Jaga. One born on Imofia. Or temple where you go to one area. Gonna call Sia Beacon, Nam Adabukanam, and upon a member and Cherishimo. Meabuzi again, Wokonaka, and I shade a Bonyan Wokonaka. Ebroma Biafra, Lepanaya Lala. Hadaino comes at last. Hadaino comes at last in life. Run for Hadaino. Face this reality. In USB, all hope lies on going home. Recognition is reassured. Before this year runs out, you will hear this recognition, not even one. And that is when Hadaino will start running. Use Somaliland as an example. Nobody know it will happen. 26 December 2025, it happens to people of Somaliland. Today, ask yourself, who are you? Are you the Red Finland? If you are, this Mazikai. Thank you so much, and all the Biafrans. I stop here.
Before you go, let me let me say something. Don Pedro, one thing you need to understand is that nobody's scared of you. I told you this yesterday, and that I'm replying to you is because you're a joker. If I want to crack joke, I use you. You understand? Because that's who you are. You said that you are on vacation. That's why people are this and that. I want to give you advice because I know your problem. One of the problems you are having is that you see what we discuss now. You will go and pick up your phone, trying to type to find out some of these things on your own. You don't know how to research. And let me tell you, the platform that our brother is using, he's not getting this information for free. He's paid for it.
$200 every month.
So
every
some of you think what he's giving you out free. He's not getting it for free, and he's not getting it from Google like you are typing in your Google. Okay, where he's getting the information from, he's subscribing to that place. He's making payment to get it. So imagine paying money to get this classified information, and you who don't even know anything about it, you know one corner again as not fake. what I these guy? What I corners? He's paying money. If you let me just, people should know this. I know that he's not saying that, but I have to tell you, he's not getting it for free. And I go with access to that everybody with the information.
You don't want to try like eating your or the app. How many go the app?
Did I say we couple away from my phone? Jackie, couple away from my phone. So you have to pay money, okay, to get it. Maka in a receiver for free.
Yes.
Or can I go give him argument? Or not go give him argument. Because I know that Emena and the Gabriel for the man and in a search. Which again there, if you want the app, you let me know. In our and then give the app. Manami Gia, you use that, although use that for something good. Don't ask people to pay.
In your app, okay, Gmail here up. We'll keep him in the dark because he's from the dark world. We are not going to give it to him.
It's here for free.
And there's no amount of information. There's no amount of money. We are not going to.
More the app, like you will take the link here for free. Number one, you can give it that, but then people have to pay.
Yes.
You pay because if I know something can make it, just like somebody that actually baptized. I got baptized not for free, man. I do to I can't back in there, so you need to go in order to get it. So that is it. You have to appreciate Chino, you have to appreciate him and subscribe to him because it's not free. It's not free. He's making payment for that. Okay, please guys, show us the website and I will pay and read for yourself. If for lawyer you all this time we are here, you did not comment anything. Just now I said the guy I should show it to you. Okay, and you are commenting from far back. Because there's no way you are not from. There's no way you are not from far back. There's no way. All this while I did not see even well done from you. Now for free now. You will pay. You will pay in the fallback. Yes, you have to pay before you get real information. That is what it is. That is what it is. You say I am USB. No, you are not. And every USB person that comment here starts with the greeting. Your own is the app. You will pay. I governor game and support the governor. You will pay. Meaning that you're actually doubting what you are saying. That's why you are requesting for the app. You are doubting. Don't insult me, Kai. I'm not insulting you. I'm just being real. I'm not insulting you. Does it sound like I'm insulting you? How can you come here even to say hi? Nothing. No, she get it's the app you will pay. No, I need to read more. Okay, contact you know. Armstrong, I see you. Greetings to you. I want to read more, my brother. Please, Kai. That's what I've told you now. Contact you now. But the how I know you ask you some basic questions. If that the exam or small body sharper.
And our 5 STEM brothers who are in Kenya, Kahanonia, any implementation program on I will send these documents so how I can go nowhere. That's what I'm doing to them. I always send it to them, to them. Then how I can go nowhere.
And don't talk and get it.
Mbao ka in the USB. Yeah, in the USB.
Okay.
Oh, that can't go nowhere.
Okay. So Don Pedro, I'm a man. For years we can now if you can be with the information. About the name argument. Somebody now to research with the Apple got $200. A weather information. Again, in a real argument with the Google Chrome. Now, according my people.
Yes.
Gina, thank you so much. We have to end now. God bless you.
Yes,
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much.
Why I like to send you voice notes because you are sounding like somebody they don't have any knowledge of argument. Educated argument. You have to listen to me. Okay? Maybe not mega address that time. Make voice note mega address. Listen. In a junior opportunity to cancel fundraising. He got the opportunity to declare Biafra in Finland. Every power that she exercises was given to her by the Biafran people who elected our prime minister, and the prime minister made him the chief of staff. By the virtue of that office, she stands the opportunity to take over from the prime minister should anything happen to him. Whether he is in jail, whether he is dead, whether anything happens to him. The first person that Biafrans will rally around will be the chief of staff. That is the natural running of government. I know you have people who have experience in whatever you people are doing. Tell them to tell you the truth if you don't know, okay? Don't be calling everybody and be talking like this. The power was given to her by the Biafran people. We just finished convention. Biafrans needed that moment to recover because it's money that we're going to pay. People needed to come home, settle down, and then take a fresh breath and then come out and do fundraising. You didn't come out to do fundraising because you wanted to help. You came out to do fundraising because you needed to use it to mobilize support. And that is exactly what you did. That is the same lie you lied to men on ground. You lied to them, and you know it don't get it. Stop running your mouth like this. Look, I am not the type of person you will call. I have told you before, whenever you call me, jot down your points. Don't just come here and be running from east to the west. That's not how I roll. I know my onions. If you need education about how to run government, you can call on me, okay? We have prime minister. We do not have elected officials. We don't have Senate. We don't have House of Assembly. We don't have honorable members. We only have elected prime minister, which is unicameral system. That's what we have. The prime minister has selected people who will work with him. Those people he will mobilize so that they will vote during cabinet meetings. Okay? The same cabinet meeting that dissolved CRC. Cabinet dissolved CRC. Are you not aware of that? You think this is market women? If you go to court, you may go to jail. I'm telling you, they said from this. If you want to call me, get your points right. Okay? Biafran people get her right to cancel fundraising and put it next time. The one you may organize, you do this, everything you. Prime Minister selected you to be his finance minister. So you are working for him. You owe it to him to come up with some good ways of raising money. That's why you're a finance minister. So when you come up with some kind of ingenuity that will be helpful and he adopts it, that doesn't mean that you are making that authority. No, that authority is still Prime Minister's authority. And whenever the Prime Minister is not there, the Chief of Staff will be next in that chain of command, not you. You are just a finance minister. Even when it comes to chain of command, you don't even come before defense. Okay? Go and sit down. Ask people who know if you don't know. You want to plank the tire in Biafra and think we will sit around and watch you? You are getting some people angry. We are just keeping quiet though, because I want the Igbo. And I am in Igbo now. You are winning. I'm sorry for you. People are deceiving you. If at all somewhere and push you destroy Biafra, you cannot destroy Biafra. Let me tell you right now. We are in this struggle. We are keeping quiet doesn't mean that we don't know anything. What's wrong with you? Look at it in authority. Man, if you need authority, you can form a government. Who gave you the authority? The CRC vote for you. CRC was dissolved. It was dissolved by duly constituted Biafra Republic government in exile cabinet. Okay? They were dissolved. Was it reconstituted by who and when? You went and you called them because they are your courts. And they did some kind of backyard election.
Exactly.
Call your name and you think, hey, look, let me also warn you. You see that lobbyist, when you go to jail, he will not go to jail with you. Yeah, he's pushing you. He will reckon how it's mislead in the African ball. It's serious in Biafra. It's serious. It doesn't matter who is leading. You keep supporting with everything in you to make sure I get Biafra. To destroy. That's what you are doing. To tear everywhere down. You better tell Butuzo. Nobody's after him. Okay? We want everybody to leave and go inside Biafra together. Stop threatening people. Biafra has a lot of people who are willing and ready to fight for Biafra. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. You call me here, man, you go audience. Why are you running away? Because you don't want to hear the truth. So to brag around and social media. Somebody now whatever program on Nebu. Now so I be done now again a family in the matter. Now look at what a Biafran is saying. People who are fighting for Biafra. How do we know that the all the Bushiga? Never mother will keep a platform nonsense like this. Now I roll by a bit of questions. What is happening? This is too appalling. We cannot continue like this. Whether you like it or not, Biafra will come.